Hello everybody and welcome to Chaotic Neutral Games and our D&D 5th edition campaign, The Benefactor. I'm here with Felicia, Corinne, Nick and Kate, and after the break we'll be joined by Rodrigo as well as they plumb into the depths of an underground tomb. If you remember from last week, we had the guys leave the town of Vaughnford after saying a fond farewell, a tearful farewell from Merrick Briarstone, who, got a bond with farewell. And yes, Nick, you're still muted. So, and headed out into the countryside, into the Fenlands itself, to be able to check out one of the leads they have on Eclipse of the Moon's pet project to find the heart of Duradan. Now, according to some of the research they had, with some scrying and looking into a very strange piece of art, they found that there's some sort of earthwork in the Fenlands, which is just off to the side of Vaughnford. I brought up this hastily drawn map before, so Vaughnford is the light blue dot, and just down to the south and slightly to the east of the, to the west of Vaughnford are these fenlands. They are mostly spongy turf with ferns that just cover the ground, and they just seem to grow on top of each other, and everything else mulches down underneath, which means that you get this strange kind of quick mud that you can go knee deep into if you go into the wrong place. They pick their way through using some of their various tricks and talents. Cora managed to avoid people going into a crevasse, I think it was. And they finally found the earthworks. A strange mound, again covered in this strange coagulation of moss and fern. And looking at the earthwork, they were trying to find a way in. And when we finished off at the end of last session, a small hillock opened its eyes and went, "Hello. Can I help you?" So, let's bring up the players. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I would like to roll to scream.
Not panic. That's a bonus action.
Yeah, panic is a bonus action. Crying is a free action. And of course, screaming requires some sort of roll.
Performance, I'd say. Anyway, we don't use performance enough. So, you are looking for the entrance to these strange earthworks. And as I say, a pair of bright blue eyes opens up near a small hillock, again covered in the same moss and fern, and goes, "Hello, can I help you?"
Hello there. We are looking for a cave-ish entrance, or at least an underground complex. Do you know of one close there?
Only the one over there. And a mossy appendage rips from the ground, extends a dull-clawed hand. So this it's got thick fingers and these kind of very thick claws, like stone chisels. Not sharp per se, but definitely very hard. And it points one of these claws over to the earthworks that you're studying. Goes, "Only that one there, but I wouldn't want to go in there if I were you."
Oh, really?
Why is that?
It's a bit dangerous right now.
Well, a little dangerous never stopped us.
Well, hold on.
Why
What do you
right
mean by
now?
danger? Sorry, I'm Farewell. Nice to meet you.
The appendage tries to reach to you, and just as you're about to come forward to it, a second appendage kind of rips from the ground, pushes down with this slow, lazy strength, and the hillock stands up. And you notice that you've been talking to a sleeping turtle. The turtle rips itself up from the ground, roots and things. You have no idea how long it's been there, but clearly it's long enough for things to grow over the top of it. And it goes, "A pleasure to meet you." And it grabs hold of your hand. It's a little wet, a little muddy, but shakes your hand farewell, and he says, "So you want to go into the tomb, do you?"
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Yes, please. Do you have any idea what we might find in there?
I don't know. All I know is I locked them in.
Who?
They were just uplanders, probably from one of these towns and cities that I hear of so much. They were digging into the turf sea just over yonder, and when they went down there, I thought it would be a jolly good wheeze to grow all the moss and the plants back over them, locking them in. They'll have to dig their way out again.
How long ago was that?
2 weeks and 4 days. I hope they took some vitals down with them, or they'll be getting rather hungry.
I just give
I suppose that is a fair reaction to them disturbing your ground.
Oh, this isn't my ground.
What was the turtle's name, by the way? Did he say?
He didn't say.
He did not. He didn't.
No.
I'm sorry. What was your name?
Oh, names. There's power in a name. You can call me Moss.
Okay.
You notice he kind of looked around for some clue, saw Moss and went, "Yeah, call me Moss." It's clear he's not giving you his real name.
No.
He said clearly good.
Well then, Mr. Moss, would you mind if we dug into the tomb and went through there?
Mr. Moss. I like that. Mr. Moss. We don't use words like Mr. around here. You can dig if you want, or I can let you in.
Oh, would you do
And
that,
how-
please?
How do we know you're not going to just bury us alive as well?
Well, the thought had occurred, but it wouldn't be funny the second time round, now would it? It's like telling a joke twice. What's the point?
You're telling it to a different person.
Oh, good point.
No, don't. Alright, maybe not convince him to bury us alive.
I am talking to him to exactly not convince him. I am trying to find out if he's planning to do it. He wasn't, but he'll find something else. Who the hell is this guy? And why are you living in a hill? How are you eating?
Very well, thank you. I largely subsist on vegetation, and I've got the ability to grow vegetation.
Really?
Yeah.
That sounds
that's how he
very
buried everyone alive.
smart.
Well, I'm not sure how alive they were. One of them did seem to be missing his face.
Oh,
Right.
that would be
Was that your
interesting.
doing as well?
No, I just thought it was something that you strange city folk did. You know, like piercing your ears. Why you'd mutilate yourself in this manner is beyond me, but I try not to judge other cultures.
Did they shuffle a lot?
You all kind of do to me.
More than we do.
At my limited experience of uplanders folks and your shufflings, I would say probably on par, yes.
I've got a busy afternoon ahead of me, haven't I?
Yeah.
I don't know, do you?
Were there a lot of moaning?
Moaning.
And groaning? And groaning?
Mm,
Kind of...
You know, that's a very negative stereotype towards like the veg.
Is she being negative? Is she being offensive? Should I bury it?
No.
No.
Just trying to find out if the people you saw might have already been dead.
Oh, that could have been true. Problem is, a lot of stuff around here almost is. We get the plant folk, see? Plant folk around here, they're kind of half dead. It's just their nature, you know, they're on that part of the cycle.
Well then.
I'm just looking at Cora with the most confused and horrified look, like...
His neck cranes around and he takes a frond of a particular type of moss that seems to be on the back of his shell, rips it with his teeth and starts chewing on it thoughtfully. He says, well, what I could do is just go somewhere else after I let you in, and then I wouldn't need to cover you over, would I?
No, you wouldn't.
'Cause
And
you-
that
Wouldn't
would be
need
very
to cover
nice.
us over anyway. Why?
Well, I don't know if you're going to let any of them out. See, you seem to be quite friendly, but they didn't. And if they come out, then that endangers me, and I don't like it. So, tell you what, I'll let you in, and then I'll bugger off. How's
That
that?
would be oh so kind, sir.
Would it? Okay.
Yes.
Well, I shall be kind then. All right. Here we go.
Wait. How much do you know about this tomb? Have you been in it yourself?
Oh, I went kind of close to the entrance, but to tell you the truth, if it ain't covered in moss, I don't really have much interest in it.
And did these creatures that you buried come out of the tomb, or were attempting to, or did they went exploring? Well, tell us as much as you can. We're about to go in there and try and kill these things probably for you, so it would really help if you told us everything we need to know, like how many of them were there.
You're killing
that
them for
sort of
me.
thing.
Well, it's very kind
Well,
of you.
we don't
Thanks.
plan to. If they're endangering you, they'll probably endanger us too. So I expect we'll be forcing our way through.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. That does make sense. I like that. I like that.
I am a smart one.
Yeah. There was the talky one, and he was all kind of yeah, I didn't like him. And then there was the quiet ones. Those are the ones where they was moving weird, like he was asking. And then there was the wispy one who was all kind of like, oh, yeah, master, yeah, kind of thing. And then, and there's some weirdos as well. There's one of them, and the near guy was saying how he needed to get more of them.
Right.
More weirdos.
Yeah, kind of weird, like somebody had shaved them. Yeah, it's like shaved them and then made them wet.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, it was
Very interesting.
He kind of had, and he scritches his forearm, getting rid of the moss and things, and shows normal turtle skin. He goes like this. See, no hairs, but smooth, just really smooth and grey.
Does that remind us of those creatures we found in the tunnels under the city? Were they watery type creatures?
No, the Katoa that you met, they did have like grey piranha-like skin, but you're not
like
getting a vibe that they are similar.
Cool.
Simon, do I know anything of doppelgangers?
Of what, sorry?
Doppelgangers. Would I know anything about them?
You can do, let's see, for a doppelganger, that's an Arcana check.
Well, it's natural one, so I know shit.
Hey, first roll of the night. Remember, Corinne, it's better to get it out now before we get into a fight.
I think
Yep.
I think doppelgangers are purple.
No, that makes sense. I mean, have you ever seen a purple doppelganger? I mean,
Oh, I haven't.
no. It's like a purple orc. That's why purple is the best color for stealth, because you've never seen a purple orc, so it must work.
That is impeccable logic. You must be an eminent scholar where you come from.
I
See,
can't
why
tell if
can't
he's
we-
being sarcastic or not.
See, we should meet more people like him, rather than more people like Merrick, who is a colossal dick.
Really?
Merrick was quite fascinating. True
Oh,
scholar.
you can be fascinating and a complete dick. So
Well, I'm not disagreeing with that fact.
I'm slightly disturbed
Trust
as
me,
to your
I've met
description
my
of this
cousin.
gentleman.
He is. Yeah, to be fair, that's a pretty accurate description. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
But green.
but green.
He's a large green.
Phallus.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Though he doesn't actually look like a dick.
he's a dick that doesn't look like a dick. I'm very glad that I have not met this gentleman.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
you want to go in there, and he waves his hand, and the ground splits with this ripping of roots, showing this crevasse going down into the earthwork. It doesn't go perfectly down towards the earthwork. It seems like it spirals round slightly, and it goes. There's a what's name down there, like a little chasm, and then you go through that, and it's there. Have fun.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Moss.
He waves another hand, and this staff just comes out of the ground, just shooting up as if it had just grown there. He grabs hold of it, snaps off the end, and uses a walking stick, and the turtle walks gently away. Okay.
Right.
That leaves you guys and the crevasse.
Why have I got the feeling? Yeah. I
Well
have a
then,
feeling that
who wants to go
today's
first?
going to get weird. Really, really weird.
More weird.
Well,
Yeah.
there are
More
obviously
weird?
something we can kill in there, so we will have some fun.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Okay, and we're looking for pots, right?
Well, canopic jars, technically, which, are usually ritual objects that store, like, desiccated organs in them. They should have some kind of, preeminent religious significance. And
Okay,
or
you
sort of
find them.
cultural
I'll just blast things. How about that?
Okay.
Right. While we're going down there, I would like to check the traps.
Just all of us are just like, no one wants to go towards it because we're all like, it's full of zombies.
Yeah, do an investigation check, Eclipse.
Zombies burn. It'll be fine. And they melt.
Okay. Investigation skills. Investigation 15.
No problem. You check it out, and other than the fact that there's a lot of places where you can lose your footing, the kind of dew that's on a lot of the grass and the moss means that you can put a foot wrong and potentially fall over, do yourself a bit of damage. You're fine. So you can just generally advise the others to make sure they're sure-footed.
Yes. Make sure you're not falling over face over foot, but there's no traps here.
Okie dokie.
And hello to Snipe, by the way. Right. So, we had some problems with Roll20 a little earlier. So, I'm going to attempt to use this rig now to go across to our encounter screen. I apologise if it goes a little trippy to start off with because I'm having to capture my screen. So, let's go to encounter. and then go to roll 20. Snipe, does that look fine where you are? You should be able to see...
Infinity and beyond. Oh, there we go.
Right, yeah, that's it.
We're not actually seeing that ourselves, though. Just so you know, in roll 20, I'm seeing the village still.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I moved you guys into the village to start with. Yep, that's fine. Let's move you guys over. So, the stream will see slightly more than you will, because you've got fog of war, whereas the stream can see through it.
Alright, about to
yeah.
mess by looking then. Like, la 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 la.
But again. But I don't see the chat.
Right. So, you guys head down into
You can
this
pull the chat out as a
strange...
pop out.
What, sorry?
Chat, you can pop it out so that it's separate, and then you don't have to look at the stuff, just the pop out.
Yeah, I've got the pop up here. Unfortunately, the pop up is on my extreme left. So you are going down this crevasse that's made up of mud and dew-slicked vegetation. I'd like each of you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
I was going to say, as we get towards it, I will bring out a torch and we'll get ready to sort of ignite it as we're going into the cave.
Absolutely, yeah. It's
Farewell. Don't pull that out here. Glor snaps her fingers, casting dancing lights.
sure. Okay.
And yeah, that's a success. And we just have some light orbs around us.
Okay. So everybody make me a dexterity saving throw as you're walking down into the chasm.
13 for farewell.
13, sure.
A 15.
Yeah.
Not bad with my +0.
15.
Yep.
26.
Absolutely. So yeah, you guys have no problem
Fucking
whatsoever
sure.
getting into there. I mean, it's not the biggest challenge, but it could have been funny. Okay. You walk into a small mud chasm, and as you can see in front of you, you're stepping into a place where there's an immediate mudslide before you. The mudslide itself, I think I can ping it from here. There we go. The mudslide in front of you is about 10 foot deep, and at the bottom are some cruel-looking rocks and some mud pools as well. Now, even though it might be fun to slide down it, you have a feeling that it might be quite treacherous at the bottom. There's a ridge that goes to the right and a ridge that goes to the left.
Eclipse?
Yeah.
Any idea? I'll be honest.
Really, to be honest,
Dungeon crawling's out my wheelhouse.
would I know, Simon? Would I know what these things are generally kept, or is it just a case of exploring until we find something?
Exploring or investigating in some form would probably be the case.
Yes.
Yeah. This
Can I
is
do
a mud
some sort
chasm,
of-
so.
Yeah. Can I do some sort of investigation check for signs of where things might be?
Yeah. What kind of things are you looking for?
Oh, wait, hold on. I know I packed something. Wait. I have, he says, locate object.
But you don't know what these look like, do you?
Oh, I listened a lot, and I know what a canopic jar looks like. And
Oh,
I have a
sure.
rough. Oh.
It's like glitch. She came back.
Yeah.
She's back.
Yes.
Are we all in the right place? Let me check.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep,
Yes.
we're all in the
I
right
was
place.
fast enough.
Go on, Trippy again. Cool. Okay, so
Okay. I'm looking for any sigils or signs of Jordan or anything that would indicate where it could be hidden.
sure. Give me an investigation check.
I am looking around for some unfriendlies, and I'm sending Eowyn round to the right to have a look herself.
Okay.
30-20.
And poor Fellows just stood around there with his book out going, no, honestly, I do know about, like, a little bit about this object. I can actually cast magic. And, I mean, it works up to 1,000 feet.
Get on with it. Go for it.
Locate object, you just say key, and it will try to locate the nearest key. So, right, so in order. Corinne, you start to look around, and you find no sigils. You find no kind of, ancient, almost kind of Masonic, Illuminati type this way signs. You're just about to give up when your 20 turns around and goes, hang on, those tracks could be something.
Yeah.
There's tracks made by approximately 8 individuals. And they're all going to the right, which leads us to Cora. Eowyn flies off into the darkness. And does she have Darksight?
Ooh.
I'm not sure she has dark sight. I don't know
Dark vision.
that either of us. Dark sight. Well, there's. Do you
Dark
mean
vision.
dark vision, not dark? Like there's 2 different types, isn't there? There's like seeing in absolute pitch black, and there's.
Yeah.
Oh, well, dark vision normally lets you see in pitch black. It's just it's improved dark vision lets you see longer in darkness.
There's nothing obvious next to her stats that says dark vision.
Okay, so she goes
Passive
in.
perception is 13, but yeah.
Okay, so she's actively perceiving. So roll a perception check for her with disadvantage. I'm assuming she's invisible, so no
2
threat to her.
19s.
Oh, there we go.
That's all your good rolls for the night.
Yeah, damn it. Skills perception is a +3, so 22 on both.
Okay, now I would like her to make a nature check.
With disadvantage?
No, she's perceived it now, so now she just has to understand what she's seeing.
She doesn't understand what she's seeing quite as much. Nature check. How do I figure that out?
It'll be her wisdom
Intelligence.
modifier.
So she's
No, nature is intelligence.
Is it? Oh, yeah, sorry, it is, isn't
Yeah.
it?
okay.
Actually, I'll accept survival or nature, which is either add her wisdom modifier or her intelligence.
Her intelligence is better, but I rolled a 6, so 6, 7, 8.
No, I mean she sees some pretty funky foliage, but other than that, nothing there that suggests anything. I'm just going to look up Sprite a
But
sec.
she sees something down to the right.
No.
Oh wait, sprites are in the other book. I cut and pasted it. I don't see.
Thankfully, I've got Campaign Lab on both my tablet and my phone, so let me just check something, because there might be something that she does detect as part of her inherent senses, so I want to be fair.
She has to touch a creature for heart sight.
Let's see. No. Okay, fine, cool. So yeah, she comes back to you and she says, no, there's some big old plants and things, but other than that, we're good.
Well, maybe our resident intelligence and Arcana bunny might want to have a look at the plants.
Well,
I was muted.
I once read in a book that if you always follow the right wall in a labyrinth, you will find the exit at some point. Perhaps it's the same in a tomb?
The exit's there.
Yes, but find the hidden rooms we are going for if we follow one wall, because then we'll go through the entire complex before going out again.
Oh, turn the same way every time.
Yes.
Okay.
I
there's
mean,
plants that way.
could be.
Owen, go that way.
I've already cast locate object. Whilst they're all talking, I just kind of go, oh, okay, alright, I'll get on with it. And
There's a very distinctive... Oh, I just realised if I do that, you guys can see it too. There's a very distinctive ping to the south, Phil.
just go that way.
Well,
Okay.
shall we just have a look at the plants and see if anyone can identify them? Because they might be important. Might be flesh-eating plants.
And you want to go near them?
Why do you want if they're flesh eating? Maybe we shouldn't go anywhere near
Let's
them.
go and look at the
Maybe
danger.
we could take a few samples and send to Excellence. That could be fun.
No, especially no. No.
I want to have a look at the plants. Can I do a nature check?
Sure. Okay, so let's take Eclipse. Oh, got the wrong function there. And Eclipse goes down the way that Eowyn did. She gets to about here.
Oh, she went down to the right, but sure, okay.
That is down to the right.
I actually, I think I said, oh yeah, but
Yeah.
that's fine. She went to the left then. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna say
Remember,
I was-
stage left, stage
Yeah, I was
right.
judging from where we were,
Yeah,
so I was.
that's fine.
I tended around.
I'm gonna
sorry.
say that she went the right way, where all the tracks were. So this is the way that the tracks were.
Sure.
Yes.
So-
Following that, I rolled a 14
For what?
for the nature check.
Okay, sure. So you get to this point and you see two interesting looking plants over here. And
Wow.
as you go up to scrutinize them, these creatures, I'd like you to, well, these plants, I'd like
Yeah,
you to make a, I'd like you to make that nature check. Oh, you've already made it. What was it?
It's 14.
14, right.
Can I do Arcana on it?
Um,
Or is it only nature?
it's not really an arcana thing. So,
Bad.
Farewell, have you gone down with them or not?
Of course I've come with them, as if I'd let them go away on their own.
Oh, poor D&D. Right.
They'd be like, no, please stop, please don't, no, please don't.
Everyone roll initiative.
Oh, fuck.
It's flesh-eating plants. I was right.
That doesn't work.
Uh,
Right. This is not a
Eclipse,
good thing to be
what's
right.
your...
So, what's my initiative? That is 17.
That's right, Snipe. 17, okay? Glory.
9.
Cora.
no.
My dice escaped. No, I'm gonna
We
try
play-
anything to see if I can fix my
19
luck.
for me.
19 for Cora. And Farewell.
17.
17. Okay.
I've probably got.
You will act first. Out of the two of us, you're more dexterous.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So, as you get close, Eclipse, these two plants look very slightly diseased, very slightly rotted. There's a kind of a mushroomy, tendrily kind of thing, like the long mushrooms that you normally see, kind of clustered together. These clusters tend to be all knotted around each other. And it's only when you get very close to them that you go, oh, shit. And they have got a, because you didn't score high enough on your nature check, they've got a surprise round on you. Okay.
Ow.
So the first thing that's going to happen is this one here
Help. Help,
is
fella.
there you go. It did ping. So this one here is going to suddenly bulge, and then coming from one of these kind of tubers, a bunch of writhing creatures gets vomited all over you. Okay.
Yay!
So you have, as they hit you, most of them slough off onto the floor, and the 5 of them attach themselves to your skin, and you realise that you've got 5 strange leeches on you. And
did they hit my AC of 17?
they have covered you. It's not a case of AC. They have covered you, and 5 of them have managed to attach themselves. Okay, so
Are these rock crabs? Are they rock crabs, Simon?
your nature check does not identify them. So the other thing that happens is that one of these large, kind of bulbous tendrils just lazily swings around and tries to hit you. So, Eclipse. Oh, a natural 20. Nasty.
I stop it. No, I stop it.
Yeah,
I stop it.
You stop it. It's not a critical. It's just a regular. So, Eclipse take 15 points of bludgeoning damage as this crusty, tendrily fungus smashes you with one of its heads, and you notice that this particular head seems to have absorbed a load of rocks. It's got rocks in amongst the cap, almost as if it's deliberate.
I was right. The flesh-eating plants.
Congratulations, have a cookie. So the second one, with a speed that is quite disturbing, it shambles over a rock straight into Glory. Take an attack of opportunity, Eclipse.
Unfortunately, it won't be a sneak attack, I don't think.
No.
And they know you're there.
Yeah, they know they're there, and there's no one next to me, so... Where is my plus to hit? There. So with my last knife plus 8, so 17 plus 8, 25.
Yeah, you hit it easily. I mean, as I say, it's just this big writhing mass of mushrooms, and yeah, you strike it easily. Do me some damage.
Without so 6 points of damage.
Yep, you find that it's not that hard to deal damage to these things. They're tough, but they're just like cutting through dried vegetation for the most part. They're a little rubbery, a little bit bouncy when it comes to your knife cutting through it. But yeah, it's not that hard to hit at all. So it continues its movement, and it's going to vomit all over Glory. So Glory, bad news for you. 7 leeches managed to get you on your skin.
Does that damage me?
They are attached to your skin and appear to be trying to suck your blood. So, yeah, I'd say you probably don't want them to be a permanent fixture.
No, I was wondering because if I can use Hellish Rebuke on something that just attacked me.
Not right now, but I will allow at some point.
Then I know.
Trying to see if I can put your... there we go. I've got your leeches on you. And how many did I say? It was 5 on Eclipse, wasn't it? There we go. I have a number of leeches on there as a note. So, the second thing it's going to do is try to whack you one. I'm assuming a 13 doesn't hit you with your dragon scales, does it?
No.
No. In that case, yeah, it lazily swings, again, a mushroom cap that seems to have stones grown into it, and you bring up one of your scaled arms and just deflect it. It hurts a bit, but no lasting damage. Okay, that's the surprise round. So the first person to act on the main round is Cora. What are you doing?
I am seeing this. Can I... no one's... Yeah, is anyone in the way? Like, can I...
Yeah, you're behind Farewell right now.
You can fire through your friends.
I can kind of,
You can shoot between his legs. He's 6'3". She's like 4
Yeah,
foot.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm 3'2" or something.
I just like the idea of Farewell looking down, and from between his legs there's this little hand, and then this bolt of absolute energy.
Yeah, I'm going to actually use my ring and firebolt.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And if I can, I will hit the one. What are you thinking? Can I try and hit the one that is behind Eclipse? Like
if you wish.
If I'm able to edge round, maybe. So that I've got a line of fire
if you move around there, you can absolutely hit Eclipse. Yeah.
Yeah, because I reckon the one next to Glory is toast because it's next to Glory. So I'll firebolt. I don't know if do I add something to the firebolt? I was just trying to figure it out. Do I add dex or something?
No.
Or is it just straight?
I forgot
My
what level you
ring.
are. You're level
7. It's the
so
ring.
it's 2d10.
Oh no! I mean, I have to I have to shoot to hit first.
Oh,
Apparently.
yeah. You can just use your
Roll to
regular
hit.
spell modifier. So the same to hit as Eldritch Blast.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, cool. So which is
Yeah, the ring gives you Firebolt as a warlock spell. I
is a
think
plus,
it's a warlock spell
it's
anyway.
a +8. Okay, it's a +8. Bloody
Yeah.
hell.
You're a caster.
So
aren't you?
that's 15. 5, 6, 7. That's 23 to hit.
23. Yeah, absolutely hits. This bolt of force just hits it, and I've never seen a mushroom explode, but I should imagine it's pretty spectacular.
There's 12 points of damage.
Absolutely, yeah. The second that it hits the creature in front of Corinne, the creature in front of Eclipse, you know that this is the tactic to go. You're cooking mushrooms now. It's definitely the way to go. It's probably resistant to some things, but certainly not resistant to being flambéed.
Breakfast!
Yes.
So, anything else,
Oh.
Cora?
Good point. So that was toast. Can I?
Oh, you haven't killed it, but you.
Okay,
you've,
I haven't killed it.
Yeah, you've done some nasty damage to it, but you haven't killed it.
I will go over here.
Sure, you've stayed in range of that other.
Yeah, just I've got
creature?
a bit of blockage from the one I just shot and flanking. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, so it's back round to them again because they got quite high initiative. The first one is going to see whether it gets one of its abilities back. Nope, and the other one does. Nope. So the first thing they're going to do is try to slam the people that they tried to slam before. So let's see what they do on Eclipse. 11 doesn't hit. So this time
No.
you're more the wiser, and it brings around that nasty, that nasty swing, and you manage to duck out of its way. The second one is going to go for Glory. 17, I assume, hits,
Yeah.
and it bludgeons you for 14 points of damage.
Okay. Then I will use Hellish Rebuke.
Woo!
Yes, you can use it at this point. Yes.
Because that's a thing I can do. Because I'm a thiefling. Let's see here. Reaction. You take in response to being damaged. The creature must make a dexterity saving throw.
Yep, they're not known for this.
No.
My plant with -1 dex. Yeah, let's not even talk about that. Yep, it fails.
Then it takes 2d10 fire damage on a failed save.
Ooh, nice. Nice.
Ooh, those were good rolls too. Okay, let's see here. That's 13 points of damage.
Sure.
Nice.
Okay, 13 points of damage. Yeah, as it hits you, you just suddenly turn yourself into a grill, and it touches your skin and just burns itself.
Mm.
I really want a fried breakfast now. Anyway, carry on.
There's a wonderful smell of like fried mushrooms that is like filling the cave.
It's the fried bread elemental that I put in later on is probably going to do it. But anyway,
It's the bacon monster that I'm really worried about.
Bacon monster. Oh god, we need that. Right. Anyway, right. So
It's like that Scooby-Doo movie where they run into a what's it called? Spunnet socker, Karin.
Cotton candy?
Yes, cotton candy monster, and they just eat it.
fair enough.
Of course.
Farewell. You can see as two of your party are being attacked by shrubbery. Well, more mushroomery. What are you going to do?
Shrubbery!
Shrubbery.
I thought Corinne was going before me, as we both rolled the same initiative. I am happy to cede my position to her, so if she wants to go next.
It can be Eclipse's turn first. So, Eclipse, at the top of your turn, you take 5 points of damage as the leeches that are on your body start to drill into your skin. You can feel these strange proboscis going into your flesh as they start to burrow. What are you going to do?
Is there a way I can get rid of them?
You may indeed. So these leeches, you can use an action to remove or destroy them, and you can do 1d3, which I roll. So is that what you're going to do, is pull some of them off?
Or do I think that someone throwing fire damage at me would do it?
You know what? That's
Please don't set us up on fire.
That's an interesting tactic. Well, you can't do it to yourself at the moment, but you manually can pull them off.
Yes. So, but you said I could only pull off D3 at a time.
D3 at a time, yeah.
Yeah. I will bonus action disengage and get back here. By the way. Question.
I love these creatures. These are nasty creatures.
I think whilst Clip's deciding, I think Gloria had a question she wanted to ask.
Yep. What is it?
Gloria's a fiefling, which by itself, considering the hellish rebuke thing, has fire in their blood, and the fact that she's related to an acid dragon and practically sweats the thing, as we've talked about earlier. How likely is it that these things will even survive trying to drink her blood?
They're surviving so far, put it that way.
Okay.
It's quite interesting, because when I said, there'll be a time when your hellish rebuke goes off, don't you worry. It was going to be when they bit into you, but then the myconid, which is what it is in this case, I've repurposed a different creature profile, but this is a rotting myconid, and it hit you, so you gave it your hellish rebuke instead of giving the leeches your hellish rebuke. But I would have allowed that. But now you're just going to have to either yourself or you and your friends rip these off. Anybody can, as an action, rip off the leeches from an adjacent ally.
Yeah. Cora, hit me with fire, I will say, as I will take my lash knife and attack the creature, which is right here.
Okay, you attack that one. So, go for the attack.
Yes. Does a 14 hit?
Yes, it does hit. I'll say that these things aren't exactly defending themselves. They are depending on their hit points here.
Okay. My 46. Plus. Six. 14 plus 5. 19. Plus 3 är 22 plus 4 är 26. 26.
26, wow. Okay, you pull the lash knife out and start just lashing again and again and again. You actually kind of get a bit of a multi-attack going. as you cleave most of this thing down. It's pretty much a stump now that's attacking Glory. Not even a full myconid, and it's quivering and having trouble finding a way of getting an appendage to get off the floor. So it's kind of on the floor using 3 appendages, but also trying to strike with one of them and then falling over a lot. It is on death's door, though it seemed to be that way from the start. So we're round 2 farewell. What are you doing?
Yeah, free action, cry. No, we've not quite got to that stage. Although he will be like, "We're not setting you on fire."
Then pull them off from me, then.
And what he'll do is he will summon. He'll hold out his hand, and as he does, all this dark energy will swell, and he will summon the knife to his hand. And he will actually, because he's trying to maintain concentration on his spell, because he's only got limited spell slots, and didn't want to get into a fight this early, will take a melee attack against the one that Eclipse just sliced up.
Yeah.
The stump.
Did you hear that? But you can help me pull off leeches if you want to, by the way.
I think he's going for the let's kill them all, and then after that pull the leeches off. Go for your attack, Nick.
Who said anything about pulling off the leeches? I mean, you make some crazy assumptions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty useful in medieval medicine.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're
As
useful.
far as we know, Farrell might actually want to salvage them.
That's a 25 to hit.
Definitely hits. Actually, let's just deal with this. What's your strength modifier?
It is +3.
Yeah, in that case, don't even bother rolling. You just drive the knife deep inside the stump, and that's it. It's no more.
Okay, and because of that, I gain a finesse point.
Yep, you do.
And the knife begins to glow with a dark aura. Because something has died within 5 feet of me.
Yes.
It's all gone trippy a second. Bear with me.
Quick question for you,
add
Simon.
Your finesse point. We will get. Yeah, go on.
Is it an action or a bonus action or anything to hand out the finesse point?
No, you can do it at instant speed.
It's a reaction, I think.
In that case, I will, because I will have my reaction back. Because will I? Will I have my reaction back yet?
Yes.
Cool. In that case, I will give my finesse point to Cora.
Right. Okay.
And she's at the top of the round. What I will do, because I'm the toughest out of the one, so he's dead. I'm gonna move here.
Sure. For anybody who's just joined us, sorry for the infinity screens going off. We don't normally have that, but Roll20 decided not to play ball with OBS, so I'm having to do it a bit low tech. Right, so you move past the creature, what is now dead. Let's mark that up as dead. He's a goner. And next up for this round is going to be Glory with her 9. So first of all, Glory takes 7 points of damage.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
You can tell that the leeches are in discomfort, but they're still grinding into you. And seeing as you can see them up close, and you've got this new piece of evidence, do me a. Ooh. Go on, I'll allow an Arcana check. I'll allow an Arcana check this time.
My favorite checks.
Well, I'm just thinking that's what you
flirting.
Use.
Roll for flirt is always the best, but otherwise.
If you can flirt a leech, then be my guest.
15 on Arcana.
15, yeah, sure. You have a feeling that the reason why these creatures, yes, they're writhing, but it's not in pain. It's more kind of trying to avoid something, like a dull sensation of pain that they're kind of trying to navigate around and realize that they can't. So it's your opinion, I'm going to say, that these leeches are probably as undead as the strange myconid in front of you.
Right. Hey, Farewell. I think the leeches are already dead.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
And now you can take
then
your
I
turn,
cast
Dory.
Scorching Ray on the thing.
Yeah, and then I burn it to pieces.
There's one living thing, well, semi-living creature left. I want to throw fire at it. Because I'm pretty pissed off at these things that are stuck on my body right now.
Yeah, go for it. Go for the attack.
It's not the type of kissing I want.
Mm-mm. Yeah, it's a 25 a hit.
No.
No.
Yes,
I'll
it's a hit.
take that as a yes. And let's see here. Scorching Ray.
God.
Just a normal one.
So if it's Scorching Ray, you have to roll to attack 3 times.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. 18.
Yep.
That should be a hit. And then the third one is a 19, so that's a hit.
Yeah, all 3 hit. Roll for all 3 tendrils of twisting fiery rays hitting this creature.
Yeah. That is 3 of them at the same time is 66.
That's right.
Not
a disgusting
the
amount of
worst.
damage.
Let's see, 3, 3, 6, that's 12, 12 plus 8, that's 23 damage.
23 damage, nice. This one wasn't as damaged as the previous one, but now that you've blasted it with this fire, you can watch as these bits of cooked mushroom just fall from its body, and once again, it's down to Stumpy level. Not as small a stump as the other stump, but it has very few appendages left.
Annoying. Yep, that's my turn.
Okay. So, back up to the top. Cora, what are you doing?
Same again, because, like, is it still not dead?
Apparently not.
12, 8. Non-natural 20.
Ooh.
Yeah, that hits.
You've got to stop using all the good rolls now, by the way.
That was a 12. I have a +8 or something crazy on hitting.
Yeah,
so.
same. I also have a +8.
Yeah, you're level
So-
7 casters, man. That's standard.
Only 6 points of damage this time, but...
Yeah, 6 points of damage. It's now down to the level of Stumpy that the previous Stumpy was. So, so in its death throes, it's going to try and... Nope, it doesn't get that back. And it's going to step forward. Well, shamble forward. And it's going to take one Stumpy lurch at Farewell. 21, I assume, hits.
It does, yep.
Take 10 points of bludgeoning damage as this kind of 3-legged, although they're not legs, each one is a mushroom, shambles towards you, and it can momentarily just flick the back leg over and cosh you over the head. So yeah, take 10 points of bludgeoning. Doesn't seem to vomit any leeches on you, which is good. The next thing that happens, though, is you hear this shuffling and lumbering, and you spot, and you'll see at the bottom of the screen, another one of these things, fully healthy, come in and behind that. That's a 5, 1, 2, 3. Okay. A second one, just about come into view. The front one still has some movement left, so it's going to go to the nearest creature, which is Cora, and it's going to barf a bunch of leeches on you.
Ah!
Oh God, you are really wanting me to use spells, you son of a...
So, you've only got 3 leeches on you, Cora.
Ew!
So you got off lightly. So plus 3 leeches. There we
Did
go.
you say it was an action to pull 1 leech or all 3?
1d3. So every time you take an action, I'll roll a d6 and half it for the number of leeches that you pull off. Largely because they're
Okay.
squirmy and try to get out of the way.
Okay.
So that's those 2. Farewell. What are you doing?
I am going to stab what's remaining of the one next to me.
Sure, go for it.
With my
Just roll to hit.
dangerously glowing knife, which now has an extra 1d6 necrotic.
Absolutely.
That is 19 to hit.
Yep, that
Oh,
hits.
there's more of them running up now. Oh,
And you destroy the second one. Once
So I
again,
get another finesse point.
you get another finesse point. I think you're starting to get what these finesse points are supposed to do.
And we'll hand that one to Glory. So, Glory, you get a finesse point.
you already have plus one.
Oh, does she
I already
already
have one.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, it will go to Eclipse. Sorry, thought Eclipse got the one in the last session. Not me. So, Eclipse, you've got a finesse point. And as a bonus action, I would like to summon my spiritual weapon, a great big flail, right next to the one that just used all over Cora.
Okay. Yep, we can do that. I don't have your flail up at the moment, but let's see what I can make for you.
Oh, just a mace will be fine. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
Anything will do.
Yeah, let's see what I've got here.
Unfortunately, that means I think my locate object drops.
Yes. Oh no, it doesn't because
Oh.
it is not
Thank
a.
God.
It's not a concentration spell.
Oh no, it's not. It's not. Oh, thank God. Well remembered, guys. So my spiritual weapon will attack. That's a natural 20 for the spiritual weapon.
Woohoo!
Fantastic. Go for the damage.
Let's just remind myself. It says 1d8 plus my modifier. So that's 15 points of damage.
Nice.
Radiant damage as well.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, force damage, not radiant force.
Yeah,
Sorry.
force. Absolutely, yeah. Either way, it manages to bite deep into it. Just this triple-headed flail just coming down. Each of the heads on the flail is a spiked raven-styled head, and it just starts to slew through all of the mushroom flesh of this creature. Anything else?
No, that is me, thank you.
Okay, Eclipse.
Do I need to take damage?
Yes, you haven't removed yours, so take another 5 points of damage.
Yes. Shouldn't remind you of that, really, but you know.
Yes, you damn well should.
Okay, 5 damage. Cool. Okay, I will. Where's my? Oh, my thing's not here. So, I don't have my lashed knife in front of me because I don't know where you put the paper I had.
Don't you
It
save
is
all
on
of these links?
the be honest, I may do a lash knife on. If you use that, it just click on the item. It will have the whole card I copied and pasted, or work.
Oh yes. Action to select knife. Okay. So, question, Simon. If I'm using that Blade Fury thing, will I get a sneak attack on everything, or is it just the first thing if they're eligible?
You choose where to apply the sneak attack.
Okay, that's not great.
I know. I'm not going to break the rules and give you sneak attack on everything that you can see within range. That's insanely broken.
Yes.
Yes.
Moving around here. I will just do normal things then, because I will hide as a bonus action to start with.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a 16.
Yep.
His passive is above that. Do I get advantage from this guy when I attack?
Let me see what his passive is. 16, you say, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. As far as you're concerned... dark vision, not blind vision. So, yep, they can see you. They can't see you.
Yeah. Natural 20.
Nice.
Good job.
I need more dice. I don't have dice. Okay, so...
like all of the dice.
Yes.
I have very many shiny dice in front of me, as it should be.
I think everyone reached the point where they become peak dice goblins, where they're like, yes,
cool.
All of the shiny dice.
Okay.
I'm already a dice goblin, like.
That. Plus that is 16. Plus.
Whilst Corinne is adding up, this map, by the way, is provided by the Neutral Party. If you look for them on Patreon, they've got a number of really cool maps on there. I've recently built 2 very large D&D ships that I've put onto the back of plastic, and these ships have got kind of poop deck, regular deck, then under deck, and some of them have got a bilge as well. So multi-layer ships that I can do encounters on, and I've been doing some pirate adventures recently in the Tuesday game, the home game, where they've been able to run down inside the ship and find out who's there and attack them whilst other people are attacking on top. So they're fantastic. So I will send out an extra tweet through the Games Neutral Twitter feed to say what we used today, and go and check them out. 42, yep. You have murderized the hell out of this thing.
Good.
Which the one that's in front of Cora?
Yep, the one that's in front of Cora is gone. This lash knife just goes over the top of Cora's head and digs into it, and then by flicking this strange razor chain around it in a spiral, Cora, you're seeing this up close and personal as this mushroom mass gets entangled by this lash knife, and then behind you just feel this as Eclipse pulls, and this thing, it's like chef sliced mushroom just falling about the place. It's like a pizza topping.
Yeah, so I would get a finesse point there, but I didn't use one. But Thermal does get another finesse point.
I was going to say, it's within 10 feet of me.
It's within 10 feet of you. Yeah, I might have to revisit that at some point. So
that's disgusting. Did you need a finesse point, Corinne? Because
no, she's already got
one. I already got one. I didn't use it, and even if I would have gotten one from that.
I guess you keep it and give it to Aiden when he turns up. But yeah.
He's waiting to join, by the way.
Yep, he'll come in at the break because I'm not going to mess around with cameras for now. So he can wait for 15 minutes and then come in with the rest. So yeah, you just keep a a point on you, Farewell. And you can use that to charge somebody else when they use their point or whatever. So yeah, you're getting through these guys pretty damn quickly. So that is Eclipse's turn. Next up would be Glory. So Glory takes 7 points of damage.
Yeah.
Ow. Ow.
Yeah. Starting to hurt a little. We have one fucker left.
You do.
What fun can I do?
Don't use too
Pull
many
the
spell
leeches
slots.
off you. Metagame.
No, I'm not gonna use all of my spell slot. I'm just considering what will do more damage.
Fireball.
Only one left. Fireball's a bit OTT for one.
Yeah, fireball.
There's a few more things to worry about in this game, I think.
I said
Yeah, she just sort of goes, you know what, safe spell, fuck it, and just drops it at her feet and nukes everything around us.
I said firebolt, not fireball. Firebolt with cantrip.
Yeah, but like I was looking at it, and the firebolt does 2d10 damage, but my acid splash does 2d6 plus my
Charisma.
modifier,
Yep.
so that's plus 4.
Yeah, so it's 5 to 16 or 2 to 20. So
Yes.
do you want the chance for higher damage, or do you want reliable damage?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It might because it's
This guy
conflict with-
seems pretty weak to fire. Why
Yeah,
not?
so it's
We'll
plus.
throw a firebolt at it.
Sure.
Cool. Kill it with fire.
Yeah. That's pretty decent. 14.
Yeah, that does hit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the damage is a 8 plus 14 damage.
14, sure. So yeah, it
Fire.
it bites in. Part of it gets hurt already, and yeah, you can see that it's not looking super hurt, but it's certainly on its way. I'm glad to see that our murderous glass cannon that's been nerfing pretty much everything I've given you so far is seeing a little bit of a challenge, getting her teeth in, and so that was Glory. At
I
the
will
bottom
use
of the
a
row.
Wait!
Oh, no, okay.
I want to use a bonus action to chug a health potion.
Absolutely, yeah. So
That is something plus my
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2.
Yeah, you've got a brace of 3 minors. They don't give out the big ones unless they think you're going to some real danger. And remember, you can't replenish these, so make a note of the ones that you've used so far. By my count, you've used 2 this adventure.
Yeah, but we got new ones before we went out, didn't we?
Oh yeah, most of you've got 3.
Yeah.
I feel like she hasn't used any more, I don't think.
No. Not since we got new ones.
I used one of Eclipse's when she got hit by the angel
Yep.
of death thing.
So
Yeah, but that's
Eclipse is
just
down
one.
to 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've used that. So heal up the amount that you need to there. I don't need to know how much
Yep.
it's healed because you deal with your own hit points. So then we're back round to Cora. Cora, take 3 points of damage as the leeches auger into your flesh,
Yeah.
and you can take your turn.
I am gonna pull them off. I do not want these leeches on me, so I am
No
ripping
problem.
them off and flinging them kind of towards the new one who's
Sure.
in front of us, so that I can maybe blast them both with fire at the same time.
You managed to rip 2 of them off, so you're only down to one horrible, squirmy leech that is kind of on the back of your neck. Oh, no, that's a grip, so -2 on this one.
I will kind of run to here behind this little rock.
Absolutely. And yeah, seeing as you're down there, I'm going to say that you can see that this is some sort of intersection here.
Okay. Cool.
Right, that's
Cora.
Cora.
That's basically me. Done.
Sure.
Don't think I need to do a bonus.
However, you have, Cora, made yourself the closest person to the creature, and so it's going to.
And I threw 2 leeches at it, so you know.
Yeah, you kind
all
of
attention to myself.
kind of tanked it, didn't you? So it shambles up, and it seems to, with all the slippery mud around the place, it seems to move quite well. Even small things like the rock that it's clambering over at the moment. It's got this relentless shamble, just throwing itself over obstacles. That means that it doesn't have to obey the what do you call it? It's not hazardous terrain, difficult terrain that the rest of you have to. Unfortunately, this one still has leeches, so it's going to vomit them over you. So
More leeches.
you gain an extra 5 leeches.
God damn it! I just took them off.
So 5 leeches on there. You're now up to 6, so you'll take 6 damage at the beginning of next round. And it's going to try to slam into you. But a 10 means that instead it catches itself on the rock and slams itself against the rock instead. Next up is either Eclipse or Farewell, your choice.
It's up to you. If you want me to go, I'll go. But if you want to do something,
you go, because. I'll go. I'm gonna take the 5 damage.
Yep, take 5 damage.
Really, we're gonna need a short rest after this because I'm down to half.
I've got a fair feeling it's fine.
And I will hide as a bonus action. Right now. On 19. And then attack with advantage.
Yep, sure.
Okay, 18 to hit.
Yeah, hits.
Yeah. Yeah. 21.
21 points of damage, nice.
Yeah.
Yep, this one, you've got it down to quite a low mass. It's not quite the stumps that you have seen them be before. This one's probably got about 5 or 6 mushrooms that it's still using to perambulate across the landscape. Farewell.
So, this is going well. Let me just double. Up to 20 feet, fantastic. So I like to move my spiritual weapon right up to the one that's standing next to Cora, and gonna go and smack it with the spiritual weapon.
Sure. Okay, so your spiritual weapon comes down here, and roll to attack.
19.
Yep, that hits. Roll for damage.
No, nothing spectacular.
7. Okay. So yeah, you hit it, and it's now down to the nice stumpy level that you know and love.
So I move down, and then I'm going to stab it with my knife.
Yeah, just roll to hit. You've been hit before.
That's a nat 1.
it's flailing around, and you end up sinking your knife into some of the dead flesh that's already been cut off it. Clearly, it's not part of the central stem.
What's your to hit? Like, what's your plus to hit? Like,
for melee, it's +7.
Yeah, it's
so
not going to hit.
8, though.
Yeah, it's not going to hit.
Still a nat 1, though. It doesn't matter, it's a nat 1. He fluffed that one. But that's me, thank you.
So, the next up is Glory. Takes 7 points of damage.
Ow.
I was hoping these would be a challenge. I'm really, really glad they are.
I thought these.
Yeah, I'm just
that's
trying
impression.
to somewhat save spell slots because
Yeah,
that
me
seems
too.
pretty like a pretty good idea when we don't know what's further into.
Yeah,
the
you haven't
forest.
actually got to the tomb yet, so saving your spell slots may be the thing to do.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
But you don't need spell
So we're
slots to
probably
take
gonna
leeches
camp
off.
out here.
You just
Wait.
pull them off with your fingers.
Yeah, so once we pull them up, we'll probably camp out here for an hour and wait for Aiden to get here.
Let's see.
Cool.
Well,
Well, Aiden's going to be turning up in, well, I say 4 minutes after our break, which is up in 4 minutes, so...
another firebolt.
Not that we know that.
Roll.
No, you don't know that, no.
Roll.
You can call ahead. You can still call us with the bounties.
Once he gets into a certain range, yeah.
This is also Aiden we're talking
Is
about.
a 14 a hit?
A 14 is... Yes, it's a hit. So roll for damage. Oh, actually, hang on. It's 2d10 that you're going to be casting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna get the 2 hit points just on the 2, even if you cast a double 1. So yeah, you blow the thing to bits.
Ew!
I
Then I
get
start
my,
ripping off these fucking
Me too.
leeches.
Okay, you get to do that on the next turn.
Because he died within 5 feet of me, so I'm now up to an extra 2d6 worth of damage. I'll take
How-
down my knife.
How
Not
did this
bad.
thing die? Was it fire?
Yes.
In theory, I get another finesse point. How many are allowed?
You're only allowed the
Just
one.
the
That's
one.
the thing, is that you guys
Okay.
have now got your combat impetus
I
up.
don't find a good reason to use them yet. But yeah.
Well, you have a thing that your ring does if you burn a finesse point, so you've got a special
The
move you can throw in.
temper. Yeah, but it feels like I wouldn't use it on these mushrooms. I'd save that.
You're not saying that my leeches are not making you suitably angry, Cora.
It's getting there. It's getting there.
Okay, so this combat has not finished yet, because you have to rip these leeches off you. So, Cora, take 6 points of damage, and then I assume you're going to be ripping off some leeches. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I am.
So you take 3 leeches off your first time, so you got the maximum on a D3.
Cool.
Yep,
So I've got
good
3
news.
left on me.
Because this is going to obviously bite into your short rest stats. The next person up is either Eclipse or Farewell, because you're both on 17, and high dex score be damned if. You want Farewell to go first, so you can rip some leeches off Eclipse, then I will allow that.
Yes, please, or Cora, or whatever. But it's whatever how you want to do it.
Well, I would assume as I'm closer to Cora, I would probably help her. I'd
Sure.
use like the end of the knife and just start like flicking
Yep,
off.
you managed to take another 2 off.
I have a jar in my bag,
Mm-hmm.
and I was wondering if I'd flick them off into the jar.
Yeah, give me a dexterity check, I guess. Just a non-proficient dexterity check.
Okay, cool. 12.
12. You get 1. The other one kind of hits the floor, and as you flicked it off, you kind of cut it in half.
Ah.
Okay?
Okay.
You have 1
Are they wriggling
undead
around on the ground?
Hmm?
Are they wriggling around on the ground?
Most of them, when they're pulled off, it's kind of like taking a bee sting off, it kind of rips its guts out. So this is a nasty.
So they're dying.
encounter.
Yeah.
So, the dex check for Farewell was to kind of pry the strange sucky mouth off in such a way that wouldn't kill the leech. So he managed to pry the first one off well, and the second one he just kind of ripped it to bits and just pulled it off anyway.
Should we take the break now, Simon?
Yeah, we're going to take the break in just a sec.
So I'm down to one left on
You
me.
are down to
right?
one leech.
Okay.
Sure, we're going to have to go around this even when Aiden turns up, but we will take our break now. So let's go back to the infinity screen for a sec. And
Cool.
let's
Leeches everywhere.
so we're going to be going on to our break, and we will see you guys on the other side with
In about 10 minutes.
an Aiden in tow. See you then.
Infinity and beyond. Bye.
Before that, I do need to put down the stream poll.
Yes.
Only one person
Not
you
enough
can
of
vote
us already
for.
have.
This
we
is
all
more for
have
bragging
it to
rights
this
than
point.
it's for
Yeah. Who is
anything
more
else.
popular?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is a popularity contest.
Popularity contest.
Simon
Yeah.
is going to rework that ability for my knife.
Well, yeah, maybe we'll do it as a once a day thing. I'm not sure, or once an encounter, maybe once every rest. So then you can short rest and gain it back. That would probably work. So the poll is up, and we will see you guys after the break.
Bye-bye.
Welcome back,
Yeah.
everybody.
I'm
When
gonna
we
get
last
my-
left off, we were going through some mud caverns and being attacked by strange mushrooms, which is always fun. And even though the mushrooms are dead, half of the party is covered with leeches that are boring into their flesh. Now, as you guys are pulling leeches off each other, Aiden, you have done a secret scene, which I will reveal at another point. You went out with Hector Cannell and you performed a ritual that gave more questions than answers. You take a moment to speak to Hector. He tells you that he's going to go off and find the next step in the puzzle and that he'll call for you in the meantime. You still have the steed, that strange dark black steed that steam is rolling off its body. And Hector tells you to tell it to go and find the rest of your party. And the steed has seen your party from a distance. And you tell it, take me back to them. It doesn't respond. Hector says, try a name. You name one of the members of the party, and
Who do you name?
tears off.
I name Farewell.
Okay. You speak Farewell's name, and the steed tears off into the distance.
Eclipse
You
cried,
find
but
yourself
doesn't
going
know
down the
why.
road for some time, and then veering off suddenly onto these fenlands. The horse stumbles a few times, but for the most part is sure-footed, and stops at this strange crevasse where it knows it can't go down. And you just have a feeling that they're down there, and then suddenly you hear, "Get 'em off me! Get 'em off me!" Whoop-umph! Whoop-umph! As firebolts going down, and you're like, "Yep, this is the place."
There's a gentle tear that rolls down Eclipse's face for some reason as she knows something has changed.
She is not the favorite anymore.
She's picking leeches, thinking, Aiden could be doing this.
Yes, Aiden could be picking leashes on me because that would be so romantic.
So okay, so
You know, couples that pick leeches off each other.
yeah, that scene from Stand By Me was really like peak of romance.
Dude, reference! My God, man! I mean, that's even before my generation. So that's a reach.
Yeah, I have no life.
I think
Anyway,
it's
so-
well, what initiative does Aiden have?
Aiden has come in. I just rolled for him automatically as he
Okay.
came in because I had to roll for you at the beginning of the encounter. So he's come in at a 14. Not so bad.
14. Okay, so you haven't
Anyway.
already-
Eclipse and Farewell, but before Glory.
I need to
Yeah,
resolve a
that's-
few things before Aiden comes in. So as Aiden is making his way down the slope, which I will need a dexterity saving throw for, please, Aiden.
Sure thing.
That one, you just
What?
we just
You
find
fucking
corpse
jinxed me.
entered.
It's not a net one, but it's still not great. That's a 13.
A what? A 15, did you say?
13.
13. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. There's a point where you slip on your ass for a bit, but and you start to skitter down, and then you just dig your heels in, and you're fine. Okay, so some other stuff happens whilst you're negotiating your way down. When we last left off, Farewell had his turn pulling leeches. Eclipse, I would like you to take 5 points of damage and pull some leeches. So I'm going to roll... Oh, you get 3 off. Well done. You get the maximum
Yay!
amount. So,
Oh, I was gonna ask, can I use my mage hand at all to help me pick out leeches?
it's pretty much the same thing, even if you use mage
Okay,
hand.
so-
Yeah.
Because I can use my mage hand as a bonus action. That's why it was.
Ooh. But casting it is an action, right?
No, casting is still a bonus action, but I can cast it now, and then I can help it next turn, I guess, because I would...
Yeah, I'll go with that. Just in case you roll a 1 next time, you can you can get it to do another. I think that's actually a really good use of Mage Hand, actually. Well done. And so, Eclipse, and after Eclipse is... Aiden slips down on his ass. Okay, and Glory, take... let's see, how many for you? Take 7 points of damage. And then you manage to pull off 2.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Then we're back round to the top. Cora has... How many left
Not
on
many.
her? Just 1, so take 1 point of damage, Cora. And then you get that one off because you're going to roll a minimum of 1, so you are now leech-free. Then I presume Farewell, because he has no leeches, is going to do some pulling as well.
Yeah, I will move on to the next person that needs leeches, and I'll do the same again as I'm removing them with the sort of bladed edge of my knife. I'm trying to sort of flick them into the...
Sure. So, who are you going to pull off?
Whoever... Excuse you.
I think Eclipse got her with the mage hand.
Sorry.
Help me!
Glory, Farewell.
Help! They're not coming up!
I think your cleric's broken.
Yeah. Nicholas is dead.
Somebody, please take the money.
Nick is just finding this way too funny.
Glory has 5, and Eclipse has 2.
Help, Glory.
Glory.
I will go and help Glory.
Okay, so you managed to take 2 off Glory, and I'd like you to do a non-proficient dex check.
Sure.
God, Nick's dying.
Yes.
Yes.
14. Sorry, I used myself clearly.
You have 1 more leech, so you've got 2 leeches in your jar, and the other one just rips. So, Eclipse, it's now your turn. I presume that you're going to be pulling leeches off yourself. And
Yes.
So your main hand takes off the rest of your leeches.
Okay, then I will
presume.
use my mage hand to help Glory.
Absolutely. As I say, it's good use of that. You only managed to pull 1 off as you're getting the you're getting into the flow of it. And so we get to Glory herself, who I presume is going to pull off some leeches as well. And
How much damage does it take?
Sorry, you take 2 points of damage. Sorry. Eclipse took 2 points of damage before pulling off her leeches, and Glory took 2 points of damage before pulling off 1 leech, and then the next person pulls off a leech before she gets damaged again, so it doesn't matter who it is, just some helpful soul takes it off. And as poor Aiden, well, I say poor Aiden, not poor Aiden, Aiden's not been damaged yet. As Aiden walks in to this scene, he does so to, I'm going to say, who was next in the initiative? Farewell, kind of rooting round in the back of Glory's dress. And she's there going, it's to the left, it's to the left. And he's there with his hand elbow deep down the back of her dress. And Aiden's like, what the hell? And then he pulls out this foul, oozing black leech that's just writhing round in his hand. Farewell, do another dexterity check.
17.
So you've got 3 leeches total from this experience. Aiden, you watch as Farewell takes the writhing leech and goes, "Ooh, this is a big one," and shoves it into the jar.
The jar.
I'm sorry.
Are they even?
Hands. It's natural.
Are they
It's fine.
even?
I'm pretty hot, so like it evens out.
Are they even fighting anything, or is it just leeches?
Just leeches.
There's mounds of rotting vegetation all over the place because you haven't seen the movie. You have no idea. There's piles of rotting vegetation, which is where all the little X's are, and there's just these splattered leeches with their guts pulled out all over the place. You're really glad that you're back.
Aiden!
Hi!
Do I even want to know what the fuck is going on?
Probably not. I think
There were
no.
mushroom people, and they puked
Okay, that's
leeches,
enough.
and I'm pretty sure that all of them were undead. At least the mushroom people and the leeches were undead, and the leeches didn't react to sucking my blood as I thought they would, because I thought they would just die, because, that's what usually happens. But,
It's the usually happens that gets.
I feel a little weird. Like, okay, I have a long history of hunting undead and undead-related things. I think that undead mushrooms is kind of new to me.
Yeah, you've never seen anything like this, Aiden. Start, which is the place that you come from. I don't really mention it all that often, but Aiden, I don't know if Aiden's told anybody. I doubt it. But Aiden comes from a place called Vistart, and there isn't a Fenlands like this there. So this is a form of undead that even your family hasn't seen.
So when the words undead mushrooms come out, my immediate response is like, "Fuck off! That's not a thing." I don't.
Oh, Aiden's back.
Come on, guys. I mean, if you're gonna make fun of me for the fact that I left, you can do better than undead fucking mushrooms. It's not.
Yeah.
but
She points to a pile of dead mushrooms.
Well, no, I just shake my jar. Like, I've got a jar of leeches. I've got a jar of...
He has a jar of leeches.
I
need
leave.
some sort of short rest because we're just covered. I've lost like half my hit points from fucking leeches.
Yeah, that's one thing, Aiden.
Yes.
You see that Cora, Glory, and Eclipse appear to be sweating blood and have hickeys all over them.
and not the good kind.
Are there?
If Farewell wasn't Farewell, you'd suspect foul play.
I would say
He's
my phone.
unsure if he should be offended or not.
You can't really see the hickeys on clips. You can just see fur matted with blood. It's
Yeah,
quite
that would
gross.
probably be correct, yeah. Okay, so
Okay.
are you guys going to have a short rest?
Yeah.
Oh,
We haven't gone into the tomb yet, so please.
Sure. So, how am I going to do this? How much of a dick am I?
Well,
Well,
Are you really asking that question?
That was a rhetorical question. Okay, roll your healing. Roll the
and
first.
the healing is...
Roll the first hit dice for your healing. The first one.
Oh no.
And I'll roll some dice as well.
Oh, by the way, I do now have a fin-
I've
Congratulations.
forgotten how healing
Excuse me?
during your short rest works.
You
Just
roll.
roll your hit die.
You roll your hit dice and you add your Constitution modifier and heal that much up. I'm asking you to do your first hit dice, but don't roll any
Oh.
others yet.
Okay, so one of
If
the
it
ones
helps,
that it says.
I will be standing watch because I didn't get hurt that much.
Sure.
And I'll wait until doing my short rest until the end.
Yeah, same
There's
thing.
no real benefit.
Sure. So Farewell, you watch some of the leeches that didn't go into onto people because a mass of leeches was barfed onto your friends, but not all of them stuck on. In fact, only 2d6 of them stuck on. So a lot of them were on the floor. You take your short rest here, and any of them that come towards your friends, you kind of just stab with the knife. The Some of the other leeches, though, just go to the dead bodies of these mushroom people and just start gorging themselves. And soon these mounds are riddled with these leeches. You have a feeling it'd probably be pretty dangerous to try and collect any samples from them, because just putting your hand on it.
No! This is all observation. So Farewell is furiously scribbling this all down. He's like,
sure. Okay, so you've all had 1 hit dice. Those of you who need to roll another one.
Huh. I thought it was free reign to just keep rolling.
No, I told you just do your first dice. So
yeah, but after that, when
no. So do your second dice. Does anyone need to do a third dice?
No, but I have a question. I'm just looking for it.
Yes.
Yes.
Seven.
What is your question?
You deal with those girls first, and I'll find it.
Okay, so what was the comments from the others?
Yes.
Yes.
You do need a third. Okay, so roll your third.
Yes, done that.
Okay. Does anyone need a fourth?
Yes.
Okay, roll your fourth. Any more?
No.
You all good?
I only need to
good
roll
question. I've forgotten what my total is.
You have a number of hit dice equal to your level, so you've got 7d6 for you, Glory.
Oh, yeah, I have a lot of dice, but I meant my current max health. Oh, it's 53. Yeah, I need another die.
Okay, sure.
My question, Simon.
Mm-hmm.
I have Gift of the Ever-Living Ones, which says whenever you regain hit points while your familiar is within 100 feet of you, treat any dice rolled to determine the hit points you regain as their maximum.
Yeah, so your hit dice
count
is...
for hit dice as well?
That does, yeah. So for your hit dice, you don't roll hit dice. You just take 8 plus your Constitution modifier. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm done now.
You heal very efficiently, Cora.
Yes.
So you
I have dragon scales,
then, Cora?
Nick. That's the reason I have more.
Yeah, that's why I have a familiar.
Points.
Then, yeah, that's pretty damn awesome. Right. So you're all healed up, and nothing really happens. It's muddy, it's smelly, it's mildewed. Some of you think you're going to have trench foot in the morning, but you bind yourself up and put whatever salves and things that you have on your wounds as these very nasty, I'd say hickeys with like a little burrow mark on the center of them. Go forward.
Not even nice one.
You do hear kind of a shifting in the dark, and you do hear a slight kind of echo. But it's an echo that's very muffled because mud doesn't bounce sound around very well. Of some conversation in the distance. Which distance? You're not sure. You've got 3 paths in front of you. I'm not going to get you to check each one individually. 2 of them become dead ends.
I still have locate object up.
Okay, how long does that last for?
Minutes. Concentration up to 10 minutes.
Okay, so you've just had a 1-hour rest, so it's gone. You do know that the item that you've been looking for is to the south, and
is the south the map south as in
south is the bottom
down?
Of the map. Yeah, the south is down. Yeah. So yeah, and you do kind of check out this empty cavern to the south, but no joy.
Okay, can I ask, what are we doing here?
Hopes wanted to find some stuff for Jordan. We thought, well, as it was on the way that we were going, we would just, stop it.
Right.
Oh, and we talked to a turtle who said there were probably zombies down here that they locked in, so we thought we might as well take care of that too.
Where have
Okay.
you been?
Where have you been? I'm
Can I say,
surprised
why
the eclipse hasn't collared you yet.
I was gonna say, why the? Never mind.
Family reunion. I'll
Oh,
just leave it at
okay
that.
then.
You carry on down through the mud caverns, and I'm going to keep your initiatives from before. And the mud caverns suddenly start to be peppered with brick. And I presume that you're kind of looking ahead, maybe using Eowyn to scout ahead as you did before. Usual kind of tactic. And Eowyn flies through this part, which, as I say, is kind of peppered with bricks. And then she explains to you, psychically, as she goes ahead, that there's a chamber ahead with more of those mushroom creatures inside. It seems to be a slightly broken floor, what seems to be kind of a loading chamber. And there's some steps going up to a dais. And the dais seems to be some sort of altar. I'll highlight that for you guys, although
More of them.
the guys in the stream can see it already. And behind the dais seems to be an ornate doorway, an ornate arch that has a lion's head above it.
Okay, well, we've got at least 3 more ahead, and then a door, so we've got to get
Wait,
past.
they haven't
What?
seen us yet.
No, exactly. Maybe
They haven't seen
you want to
you.
throw something exciting in there?
And,
Oh, I can throw something very exciting in there.
Eowyn
I'll
does
stand
point
back.
out that if she hadn't seen the previous ones, she would have thought this was just some sort of natural growth coming out of the stonework.
I relay that.
It just looks like a bunch of plants.
Right, so you get to see the zombie plants. Have fun.
I'll move Iden in. Oop. And I switch to the right mode. There we go. So bring Iden up next to Clips.
Guys?
Yes. Does the Glory want to throw something in there?
Before she does that, I will cast Bless on Iden, Glory, and Eclipse, or Cora. Which one of you wants it more? So then 3 features. So you
I use a lot
Eclipse
more.
is
I'm
more
100%,
close combat
I'm fine.
than
no,
Cora.
Bless is Bless.
No, I know it's a D4, but I'm happy for it to go somewhere else.
Okay, and so Eclipse, Glory, and Iden, you are all blessed, and whenever you make an attack roll or a saving throw, you can roll a d4 and add that number to the attack roll or saving throw.
Yes.
Thank you.
Nice.
So you're in surprise round at the time. At this time, what would you like to do?
All right,
I will
move
ready Eldritch Blast,
Sure.
and as soon as Glory sends something, I will also blast one with Eldritch
Yep.
Blast.
Efficient.
I will
No, actually, I'll
hide.
use the Firebolt because I know that works. So
Sure.
I will hide to get a sneak attack, and that is a 27 to hide.
Sure. Okay. I've moved Cora, by the way, into a position where she'd be able to shoot them. Okay, so yes, you are hidden, Eclipse.
Yeah. Basically, to be ready with last knife when Glory sends the thing in.
Okay.
Whatever
Yep. So
she's gonna do.
you sneak up. So rather than the hide action, because technically you're already hidden because they don't know you're there. That was your stealth
Yeah.
roll to get up there, up close and
Yeah.
personal. And so that's that. Iden and Farewell. Are you going to do anything whilst Glory prepares whatever spectacular she's going to do?
We're still bound by like action bonus action, right?
Yeah. So when you prepare an
Okay.
action, it is just a regular action. It's not. You don't prepare a turn. You prepare a single action.
Okay. Then first things first. I use Crimson Rite of the Dawn on my saber.
Mm-hmm.
And secondly, I am going to just hold a Bloodfire shot.
Nice. And farewell.
Mine will be to do the bless, so I will do it just for glory. Sort of gives us the knowledge she's going to do a spell, but technically it only lasts a minute.
Yeah, so you maximise on the 10 turns. No, that's pretty strong actually. Yeah, that works. Okay, so Glory, do your thing.
Thank you. Then I am going to throw an acid ball at them because I'm pretty pissed about those damn leeches.
Sure. Yep. Nobody wants leeches kind of writhing around under their clothes. So yeah, go for it.
So I have bless, so that's a D4, right?
Yep, it's an extra D4 to hit, but I don't think these are Constitution saving throws that they have to make, so it doesn't really matter.
Attack rolls.
Yeah, it's a con saving throw they make.
Okay, so that's one.
But I need to throw it first, and that's yeah. It's a 20-something, so I assume it hits.
Sure. So no, you don't have to roll to hit. You just declare where it is, and everyone in that effect has to roll to resist. I rolled a 2, a 4, and an 8 full damage. Roll it.
Yeah. Yeah, because my spell DC is 16.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 8d6 acid damage on each of them.
Yep. Plus your.
I'm gonna need more dice. Give me a moment.
Glass cannon.
Okay. That's 6. Then I need 2 more out of this one. Like, I have these dice that are perfect for fireballs, but I need to get a set of green ones.
You said you were going to make some emojis at some point, Felicia. I think either glass cannon or acid has to be one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, we need to have one for every character.
Yeah.
One escaped to the floor. I'll have to re-roll that. Where?
What's their AC? Is it would a 13 hit them? Just out of interest.
A 13 would hit.
Okay.
That's what we assumed last time. Okay, this is gonna be fun. 2 5s. That's 10. A 6 and a 4. That's 20.
Yes, count in tens. This is what I do too.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
doubt you're
10,
gonna need
11.
it,
That's 31 damage to the first one.
Okay.
All of them. All of them.
To all of them. Yeah, it's the same damage. Yeah.
Oh!
Plus 20 from me for like one of them.
Okay.
So are they all?
Needed.
So 20 on that one. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, is it really the same for everyone? Because the spell says a target take a d6 damage.
So the way that Fireball works is that you get them all to make dex saving throws, then you roll damage once, and anybody who fails takes the full damage, and anyone who succeeds takes half damage.
Take half of that, yeah?
Yeah, so it's a really quick spell despite the fact it can hit multiple targets. Okay, so this is what happens. She throws in this little ball of green energy, and it kind of whistles in, kind of spiraling like a Sidewinder missile. And it has this tiny little vapor trail behind it just for flavour. Then it hits this mass of vegetation, and there's plumes of this acrid yellow smoke, yellow mist, fire out in all directions. You can see as these vegetation just starts to melt in front of you. It's like some sort of Dali painting turned into an animation. As that happens, Cora picks one of them out, throws a bolt of telekinetic force, and this dripping piece of vegetation just explodes and disappears into ooze on the floor. I should be careful when I say ooze. Not the pink ooze, regular ooze. Regular, just...
Regular.
Mushroom ketchup, basically.
Regular gore.
Aiden, I believe that
is there something still alive, Simon?
There's 2 things still alive, which means that Eclipse and
Aw.
Aiden get to do things as well.
Yeah,
You put them all on 13
20.
hit points each, Glory. I think you've done pretty well.
Yeah.
20 seconds.
I did my thing.
You did.
Question, Simon.
Mm-hmm.
For Bloodfire Shot, do I need to do an attack roll, or is it a saving throw?
Let me just check. Do-do-do.
Where's my other D6 gone?
Benefactor surprise items.
Quality price items.
Bloodfire shot. So you do have to fire to hit using your dex. So
Okay.
It's a regular
Yeah,
attack
that's fair.
roll.
Yeah, fair. Dex plus proficiency or just Dex?
Oh, plus proficiency. Yeah, you're proficient in this now.
That's 20. It's 18 plus 7. I can't do math.
You definitely hit. So please roll 1d8 plus 1d6 plus your dex mod plus 1.
So 1d8 plus 1d6 plus Dex mod plus 1.
That's
Okay.
right. And you take no damage. 'cause
1
you hit.
point of. Okay, cool. Okay, so that will be. Más 4, 11. Más, no. That's gonna be 12 points of damage.
Yeah, you obliterate this thing.
Yeah, I shoot it in the head.
Oh, actually, sorry, no, it's got 13 points. So you almost obliterate this thing. It's down to
Wait.
1 hit point.
Let me do the maths again just to make sure I didn't do it correctly. It's been a while since I played D&D.
No problem. In the meantime, can I have Corinne starting to roll and count up her damage for the other AC 13 for your one?
Yes, I already said I rolled the natural 20 like 3 times.
Okay,
So
sure.
barely.
Then go crit out.
Also,
Why did
Simon,
not the dice?
Can my reaction undo her crit? No, that would be just cruel. Just the ultimate trolling technique. No, you don't.
You're not paying attention.
you
You just
don't.
go, oh, critical. No.
Really shit. Fucking ones. Let's see.
Also, Simon, the damage was correct. It was 12 points of damage.
Righto. Okay. I don't think it matters all that much. I mean, you guys could throw a pebble at this thing and it'll die.
34.
34. Yep. Deader. That is an X-plant.
I thought it was an X-parrot.
It's pining for the fjords.
It's joined the
By
choir.
the way, does
invisible.
Aiden react to these things being undead?
Yes. He knows it was undead because when the bloodfire shot hit it, it did extra damage. That was the D6.
Yep.
And you guys kind of said that they were undead, and now that he's kind of like, fine, if they're undead, this'll work. Oh shit, it worked.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he sees the bloodfire shot go off, and immediately he's like, yeah, these are undead.
Like for me, like for Aiden saying undead mushrooms is like saying pigs can fly. It's only like, oh shit, they're really undead.
And then the only person who's got an action left when we get into the first round is Cora. So Cora, just roll me, because it's literally 1 point of damage. Just roll me to hit.
Cora?
Yeah, I'm here. I just rolled. It's 13 plus my 8, which is
Sure,
maths,
yeah, it's
which
dead.
is 21.
Yeah, you just follow up with a little bit of extra telekinetic energy, and yeah, this thing just explodes.
And I get a finesse point that I can't use, so I just let it go.
Oh, well, I'm not actually within 15 feet of this one.
And it didn't die due to fire, so you don't get the finesse point.
Oh,
I
question.
shot it with the fire.
Oh, you use firebolt.
Firebolt.
Did you? Oh, in that case, yeah, you would have got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just question. I probably don't have any, but I still want to make sure I have like no finesse points.
You had a finesse point because Nick told you that he gave you a finesse point when you turned up.
We
Oh,
all
okay,
have finesse
cool.
points for.
Yeah, you guys are flush and not using them, so.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the right moment.
Yeah, I'm waiting for us to run into the dungeon boss. Because I'm sure that's gonna
Because
happen.
currently we're just fighting a bunch of mushrooms, and that doesn't seem really worth
I have
it.
no idea what you're on about. So.
I wanna explore the altar.
The plot twist is that all of these are toads.
Dun 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 dun.
Okay, Glory, you look at the altar and you realise that once you get up to it, climbing up these 5 foot of stairs, that the altar isn't an altar at all. It's actually a form of lectern. It's certainly carved like an altar, but when you look on top, instead of having a flat base, it actually slopes down towards the door, and would be where you would normally have like some sort of book or scroll or proclamation, and there seems to be like a small cupboard, although it's completely rotted to hell. There seems to be a small cupboard that you can see would contain some sort of you're guessing tithes. Maybe this is where people would be paid for their loyalty. This would be where they give out grants and stipends and alms for the poor.
Is there anything in there?
No, it's obliterated. I mean, the stonework has survived quite well. I mean, you can see there's a depiction of a mighty battle, and Joradan himself can be seen on the fresco. This giant lion-headed warrior fighting with this beautiful, curved sword, this like two-handed, wavy sword. And there are other tabaxi that are fighting as well, and they seem to be fighting off these cruel-looking, screaming humans and elves and orcs and all manner of other people. But then you do see that there are some people who have got like kind of cat helmets on, and they seem to be humans and orcs and things as well, and they're standing behind Joradan himself, and they're standing up proud, whereas the others seem to have their faces angled to the side whilst they're screaming, and their limbs are at strange angles as they're wielding jagged looking swords. The ones that the humans and orcs and elves and things like that are standing behind Joradan are standing at perfect attention with spears and shields, looking very noble.
The OD furries.
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Welcome to D&D
Aiden?
However, as you're looking at this, you do hear that there's this sneering voice that goes, "I told you it's taking us time. We need to defeat the damn thing first without destroying it. It's delicate work." And then this kind of hollow...
Simon.
Go on.
Rodriguez seems to have a question.
Yep.
I just wanted to ask, now that I know these things are undead, does any of this jog my memory of things of like undead things or relate like?
No, you've never seen these things before in your life. This almost seems like druidic lore to you. You're like, this is some circle of life shit.
Right. Okay.
It seems like the best you're getting of it is that these are natural undead. They somehow harvest death energy, but in a natural way. Looking at them, you can see that these mushrooms, yes, they're undead, but they feast off decomposition and decay. The leeches that seem to be inside them seem to be some sort of parasite that they've just kind of dealt with. And looking at the flesh, it's this strange rubbery flesh that you have a feeling that the leeches aren't interested in at all, being that there's no kind of ichor that they can draw out, unlike your living skin, which they'd have a lot of time feasting on. So as you're looking at them, that's kind of what you're getting.
Back to people talking. Is that coming from the other side of the door?
It's coming from the other side of what is a broken archway with a pair of ornamental double doors. What was once ornamental double doors, but are now basically splintered wood planks. You can hear that even though you've just attacked, a lot of the things that you didn't make a huge amount of noise. Even when the gun went off, there wasn't a bang because it's not a gunpowder weapon. It's Aiden's gun just has a kind of woof of flame that gets produced. So what happened is it kind of your acid bolts went off. Acid ball, sorry, went off, and so that was a that just filled the chamber. Then Cora's telekinetic blasts, her Aldra's blast, hit this flesh, so it was just like a wet slapping sound as these these mushrooms were exploding, and then the
lash knife.
As I say, the lash knife going off, that wouldn't have done all that much. It just would have been a quick shing again through this strange rubbery flesh, and as I say, Aiden's gun just went whoosh. So you didn't make a huge amount of sound.
I will take my finger up to my mouth and do the
sure
thingy.
Yeah, I'll allow
that. And point towards the door. Hopefully the rest will understand that there are people.
Yeah. So
you shouldn't press the dubstep button.
Yes.
You do remember that we all have the telekinetic message cantrip if we just touch our badges.
Telepathic. Telekinetic as if you're kind of drumming on them.
Yes, telepathic, that's what I meant.
Yeah. Okay. So
that is the dubstep drum. Indeed.
See, now I need to get a dubstep bard what you call it, magical instrument. Anyway, this conversation continues, and the sneering voice goes, "This is delicate. It's been around for centuries."
I'm sending Eowyn in, and I... I'm so tempted. I've never used it.
Do it when you gonna have the opportunity. Fuck it, go all in.
I'm wondering whether it's better to cast it on someone else. I am going to cast Greater Invisibility on myself and go whooshpa.
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 Sure.
I will say whooshpa.
That is the magic word, whooshpa.
So I've been trying to teach you proper arcane, but it's just,
Hey, look, if the spell works when you say woobly woobly, woobly woobly is the magic word, okay? So let's put your invisibility token on.
And I will start to creep in stealthily.
Stealthy.
I'm
there's a ninja mask. I'm putting a ninja mask on you. There you go. Right, okay.
I back away slightly because Glory knows she is not a stealth person.
Sure. Okay, well, they're having an argument, these two characters. So, Cora, you and Eowyn go in, Super Stealth Squad, and you get to this door here. The door is no more; it's completely blown, and this conversation continues. So there's a ritual circle on the floor, and there's a strange-looking spirit that's speaking to a crook-backed, foul-smelling creature in front of you. And the foul-smelling creature is going, "This is complicated. It's been around for centuries. It takes a while to unravel. It takes finesse." The ghost-like creature in front of it says, "The master will not be pleased. He wants results. You do know that some other figures of his attention are nearby. They may choose to come in this direction." Ha! They'd need to know it was here first. Indeed. The Tabaxi is studying the same subject. Why? You said that they were just hapless idiots coming together. That they have no idea of the fate that they all share. Maybe. Maybe not. This could
I'm
just
assuming
be
everyone's hearing this.
destiny. At the moment, the only people who can hear it is yourself and Glory. Glory might be kind of paraphrasing through her badge. If she is, the others can hear.
Yeah. You can also paraphrase for your badge if you like.
I'm right by
Yes,
him. It's telepathic though.
Yeah.
Right, we just established. Then yeah, I'll be like, I'll be telling them what I can see, and asking, should I blast them?
Simon, question.
Mm-hmm.
Do these voices sound similar to certain voices the Cora and I heard one rowdy night?
Oh, now that's a good question. I would like both you and Cora to make a... I will settle for history, religion, or at a push perception.
Does my Hunter's Bane apply for this?
It does
Recalling
indeed.
Yeah.
Come on, big whammies, big roll.
What was the skills we could use again?
You can use history, you can use religion, or
I'm
at
definitely
a
using
lesser
perception.
effect, perception.
Oh, well,
Okay.
8.
what?
That's a 19.
8 or 5, basically. 8 for perception. I'm not very intelligent. I rolled a 5, so.
Okay, so
19.
Cora doesn't get the thing, but I'm going to say that as Cora's relating this, Aiden creeps up, and Eclipse, Farewell, and Glory. Do me a quick perception check.
21.
Sure.
I forgot your absurd perception rolls.
Oh, you should hear his passive.
15.
Okay.
He's a monster.
15, 16, 17.
Okay. So I think I'm right in saying both Farewell and Glory watch as Aiden just steps up towards the dais, and as he does so, and he's kind of got this kind of look, this kind of concentrating look, this hang on, and as he steps up onto the dais, his eyes change. Now,
Oh no.
Rodrigo, I would like you to choose what do your eyes look like when you begin the hunt.
Fuck, you should have given me more time to prepare for this. Can we have a placeholder for now, and then I'll give this more thought?
Okay.
We see
I've just-
something.
Yeah, you see cool CGI effects which Rodrigo can think on. They can be inky black eyes, they can be
I think
cat's
they were
eyes,
inky
they can
black
be
in
all
the last
sorts.
time, but yeah, maybe they'll.
Let's keep it inky black for now, and I'll change it later if I get a
Okay,
better.
sure. So you watch as his eyes just suddenly turn into these black orbs that seem to almost absorb the light around him. And there's a kind of gritting of teeth and look of determination as his natural state, his blood hunter state, kicks off. And Aiden, you recognise that this is a deathlock. So, well called. Well called. This is exactly what you thought it was.
But didn't we
What
kill
is
that?
wrong with you? Fucking
But we killed the Deathlock.
We
Yeah,
did.
you killed the deathlock. The deathlock,
We did.
the previous deathlock
We
is
did.
dead.
There's
I mean, he was dead anyway, but it's like dead.
I used the green badge to tell Cora. I mean, I'm gonna use to tell Cora, but I'm also kind of telling this to everyone. Yeah, this is a deathlock.
Do we
Right.
kill it?
Suppress
I would like
Do
I would advise yes, fucking murder it dead.
I will relay to people if they're not
my
sure
dear.
that this is
Now
what we killed
that
before. This is
is
where the
something
scroll
I
of
can do.
Featherfall. Huh? Oh, yeah. I'll let them know that. Remind them that it was the Deathlock that I got the Featherfall scroll from, and that's who tried to kill us
Sure.
last time. And
Right.
So, Cora, just your first impressions as to what he's doing. It seems to be that the summoning circle that the Deathlock has made in front of him has conjured this ghost, this strange wraith-like creature, and as they're talking at the moment, you kind of get that maybe this is a form of communication, that this ghostly figure is a messenger of some kind.
Yeah, I will relay that. Going, I don't know if we can't kill the ghost, it's gonna tell whoever its boss is that we're here again, and we might lose our memories again. I don't know what to do. I don't think we should show our faces until we've killed it, at least. Could we draw it out?
As soon as you say don't show our faces, my peers changed to some random girl.
Sure, you now look different, Eclipse.
I will let everybody know that I do have banishment if we want to give it a go. If you can tell me what you want, I can, as long as I am, he says, looking at spell, within 60 feet of them, I can see them, oh, what the hell? I can cast banishment on them, and we can try and get rid of them that way. They will
Farewell,
disappear.
you know that whenever you cast banishment on any undead, because the prime material is not where any undead is from, you will push it effectively into the Shadowfell, and furthermore, that if you hold it for a minute, they go straight through the gate into oblivion.
Yeah.
I think that sounds like the best option. I'll ready hold person. I'll tell them that I'm gonna, so that we can try and capture him, because it would be good to get info before we just nuke.
Okay. This is smelling of surprise round, so how about we go through each of you and find out what your surprise round's going to be. We've got 2 already, so it sounds like Farewell's going to rush in and do a banishment. It sounds like Cora's going to hold the deathlock.
Kind of. I guess I'm gonna do that if banishment doesn't happen. I guess,
okay,
but, yeah,
so Farewell, are you going to try and banish the deathlock or the ghost?
Farewell was asking which one did they want him. He was basically relying on Aiden's experience in. Mm-hmm. Whilst Farewell's kind of used to this sort of stuff, this is a lot out of his wheelhouse. You know, things of this magnitude is a little bit beyond him, so he's looking to Aiden to basically designate a target, and whoever Aiden picks, Farewell will banish.
That's a good question. I don't know who to pick. Like me, Rodrigo doesn't know who to pick.
Wasn't the ghost the messenger? The ghost the important one that was
I feel the deathlock is probably the most important target. That's what I think.
So was the ghost the messenger, or was the deathlock the messenger? Because we want to stop any messages going through. That's the...
Cora, you know that the deathlock is here, and that the ghost has been summoned by the deathlock. And the ghost seems to be some sort of messenger, because he's relaying the message from the master.
So I'll say that, but I'll say that I can't hold the ghost. I don't think
I'll banish the ghost then.
I have will this count as metagaming? Because I don't know, because I have.
Say it first, and then we can say.
Yeah.
My blood curse of binding, because now I have hallowed veins. Now that applies to things that doesn't necessarily have blood, like ghosts.
Yep. That's exactly right.
You know that, right?
Yeah.
And I've just told you it's a ghost, so
yeah,
I don't
you know so that's part of the hunt, dude. You've just gone full hunter on this, and you're like, there's undead, and now you've just got this kind of preternatural predatory instinct for them. So that's not metagaming at all. That's you being a blood hunter.
Okay, so I'm gonna use Blood Curse with the Binding on the ghost, so it won't move anywhere. Its speed will be reduced.
Okay, so banish the deathlock then, I guess.
Yeah, Simon, you might want to move the map so the people on stream can just about see the ghost. Oh, you have just about,
Oh, there we go. I'll move it in. There we go.
Yeah.
Should be better.
What I want to do, I want to sneak up behind if the Farrell doesn't succeed on banishing the Deathlock, I want to stab him with sneak attack.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah. Okay.
Would I... That doorway and stuff and where he's standing, would I have any way of creeping in? Or is it very, very risky? Because there's a very limited space for everyone in this corridor.
You want to creep into the room?
Well, I'm trying to judge.
You're a small character, and you have greater invisibility. I'm just going to check one thing about the messenger. Let's see. Okay.
Oh, that's real cool.
So I'm going to
Nice
say,
item.
with your instincts, Cora, you think you could slip in there completely unnoticed, especially considering these two are currently having a piss-in match.
Okay, well, I will, as the guys start to come down the corridor, which I assume that's what's happening, is everyone is getting ready, and when I realise that we're going to run out of space, I will try and edge around the door and just into basically there.
Sure. Okay.
Kind of out of the way, but ready to do whatever I need.
My plan is that I am gonna shoot whatever Farewell doesn't banish. I'm gonna shoot with a level 4 scorching ray, aka 5 blasts of the damn thing.
But that's not a fireball thing, right? So
no, so it doesn't attack anyone else, and
It's
you
like
guys wanna
twisting
sneak
fire
in.
tendrils. Yeah.
that's okay. I'm probably looking at. Well, you couldn't
I
see me,
still
but
don't
I'm
think this is
thinking.
the boss, and
Is
we're
she
just
gonna?
blowing your load.
Like my
No
first
one
thought
sees me
was
do
just
this, do they?
acid wall the entire room and see them literally melt to death. But you know,
I will
you guys wanna
actually.
go in.
I will actually tell them through the thing because they can't see me. I'm going in the room. Please don't kill me. in my accent that I meant to do.
Right. So they're arguing. So in order, I think it's the first wave is Farewell and Aiden run in and go for a banishment and a hold. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I
Yeah.
was doing the hold, but yeah. Are you doing a hold
Oh,
as
no.
well?
Yeah, he's using
Aiden?
his.
yeah,
He's using
Aiden's
his
got a very
blood
specific
thingy.
hold, yeah.
But
Yeah.
okay.
And then the backup to that is
You
if
just
the
wait.
Deathlock isn't banished, Cora's going to hold it.
Yes.
And then if he's not banished, he's going to get stabbed and possibly burned to death.
Yes.
Sounds like a solid plan.
I will let them know. I just realised that my invisibility will vanish as soon as I hold person. So whoops.
Fair.
Yeah,
That's
you can do
cool.
regular attacks, but concentration is not a thing. So
Yeah, well-
I'm going to move. So during the attack, you guys are going to be running in here, and then you're going to have. Oh, no, I'm just turning around. And then in no particular order, yeah, you've got Glory and Eclipse kind of peeking around the door for the extra attacks as well. Oh, yeah, you can put them on top of each other. Right. So let's do this. First of all, I would like Aiden and Farewell to do their respective banishment and holding action.
Yeah, so for mine, the ghost has to do a strength saving throw. Also, I'm amplifying the curse so it goes on indefinitely.
Nice.
So
Nice.
this creature only has a -5 to its strength.
Only -5.
So that's a 13. I rolled an 18, but it's completely scuppered itself.
It's 13. Yeah, that doesn't save.
That doesn't save. So the Geist, just as it's there, it's kind of bitching at this guy. You run in and just kind of throw your hunter magic at it, and there's this swirl of arcane energy, and the Geist is just held in place. Farewell, give me what do I need to do for banishment?
A charisma saving throw.
Charisma
DC
saving throw?
17.
Okay.
Yeah, the guy didn't seem pretty smart, so. Or well,
He has a
charismatic.
he has a
considering he's
+5 to this.
arguing.
Deathlocks do
Oh
so.
Yeah,
yeah,
he's a warlock,
casters
remember?
normally have
yeah.
high charisma.
unfortunately hits a 20. He does not get banished. Unfortunately, a wasted spell, but we've now got Cora coming in for a spare.
Wisdom save, I think.
Is it? I think I have to roll, Cora.
Yeah.
Cora.
Oh, I don't have to roll anything? Oh,
No,
sorry.
I think I
wasn't
have
paying-
to roll. So what's
Yeah, it's a
the
wisdom save.
save? Yeah, wisdom save?
Yeah, wisdom save.
Okay, he's not got very good wisdom. And yeah, that's a 9, so that's going to fail. So
Yeah,
he's
'cause
now
I've got
locked in
16.
place.
Excellent. That's good, because I didn't roll that well.
So Glory and Eclipse. So Eclipse, you get advantage on this, and I believe because he's
Yes.
paralyzed, it's auto crit, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay,
So
so
does a 22 hit?
it does indeed hit. So you roll your critical damage. Glory, if you want to save your spell slot at this point, you can just cancel the spell because one of them is being stabbed to death and the other one is locked in place. This seems well managed.
Yeah.
I won't let you change your action because it was a prepared action, but I will allow you to just pull the spell at the last minute and not use it.
Yeah.
Okay?
That sounds like a plan.
Yep, in that case, you keep the spell. Please, what is the damage, Eclipse?
I am counting it. This would be.
I
We're gonna be here a while.
I don't have the ninja thing. There you go.
10. And
One of these days I'll
Clue?
successfully banish something.
And when it goes off, it's
One of these
insane.
things.
It's building up for those big things when we really, really need
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah, my soul level 4 slot spell, by the way. That's it. I've got no level 4.
Oh, right. While
41, did
Carney
you
is
say?
counting. Oh.
yes, 41 points of damage.
Yeah. Okay, so this, like a special ops team, you run straight in there. Farewell tries to go for the gamble at an insta win and doesn't hit. Cora manages to get it and locks up the Deathlock's body. Aiden comes in and binds the Geist. We'll get more onto binding in a minute. And then Eclipse just runs straight up and takes the Deathlock's head off. Just flop to the floor. So I'm just checking. Binding doesn't. Not binding. Banishing doesn't make a noise. Hold person doesn't make a noise. The spell that Aiden used is just a blood right, so that doesn't make a noise. And I would like Eclipse to make a stealth check.
Oh yeah, because she'll struggle at this.
Yeah.
And, with a natural 18 and a plus 10, that's a 28.
Yeah, 28.
Yeah.
So you watch as this sleek black cat just darts into the room, cuts the head off the Deathlock, and then
Blast.
puts the knife away whilst holding the head, and then as the body slumps to the floor, she grabs hold of the shoulder and gently puts it down on the floor, and then the head neatly on top. You guys have just gone in
Oh my
and
God.
fucking secret snaked your way into this room, and you've got this bound Geist that's glaring at you but cannot actually move.
the
It's
whole
a
person
weapon,
apparently
that's
is
Metal
verbal.
Gear.
It's verbal, somatic, and material.
Yeah, but you
As
don't
is
need to shout
invisibility,
it.
which is weird.
Yeah, you don't need to shout it.
Metal Gear.
No.
Yeah,
Metal Gear.
there's no explosions that have gone off. Is my point.
Nope.
Yeah.
So
Oh
then
god, Nick, you almost killed me.
you're stood here in this room with this bound spirit, this bound ghost, I should say, because spirits are natural, ghosts aren't.
Okay, now what?
I don't
Farewell,
look
what
like
do
a
you
cat
have
at
to
the
take
moment,
care
I
of
look like a
ghosts?
human. I
Well,
don't look
Do we?
like a
Can you
cat.
question it? What does that do now?
She does hear me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, we're just talking
Yes.
over each other. Couldn't hear.
Yeah. No, I was trying to say to Simon that I wasn't looking like a cat at the moment. I was using the thing.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
it's just disguise.
I
yeah.
agree, it was
Yeah.
less impressive. Right. So, yeah, you guys are just stood in this room with this ghost that's swirling with arcane energy. What would you like to do?
Okay, unless you want to die again, I recommend you start fucking talking.
Start fucking. That's what I heard.
It just looks at you. It can't talk, it can't move, it can't do anything.
Oh yeah.
How do
So
we keep a ghost here without locking up its body?
Oh, it won't move unless I
It
say
doesn't have
so.
a body.
oh,
Should we just
Well then.
quit?
can we just
Should I
leave it
just
here and nothing will happen?
Now that I don't know, because I don't know if Blood Curse of the Binding has a range. I mean, I think it does have a range for using it for the first time, but I don't know. I don't know if that will be able to.
Should we
happen.
just kill it? Does everyone have a message?
Hey, Farewell, can your knife just absorb it? It has to do with the dead, right? And it's technically dead.
It doesn't quite work that way. I mean,
As
no,
these guys
no.
are discussing it, I attack it with a saber.
Sure.
Oh, just all that.
Your
I mean, it
your
can't
blood
move
curse is on it
anyways.
at the moment, isn't Aiden?
Yeah, right at the dawn.
Yeah, right at the dawn, so yes, this damage will go through then.
Okay, so plus the saber's silvered, anyways.
Yeah.
Is it a regular attack roll?
Yep. Regular attack roll, and then you just do the extra damage on top. Your the silver doesn't matter here, but the fact you've used your right and it's an undead means that it counts as a magical weapon for purposes of killing the undead.
Yeah. That's gonna give me a second. It's this. So that's gonna be.
And it's a critical, remember, because it's bound.
Okay, that's
Either roll twice the dice or
15.
double it.
Yep, so
15.
that definitely hits it, yeah.
I'm just gonna multiply the dice.
Yeah, you're rolling with
I have
advantage
limited
anyway,
fate.
but you're auto-critting if you hit anyway.
Oh. So that's 4 plus 4, 8 plus 2, 16 plus 6, 22. What else do I add?
You don't need to add any more. 22
25,
is it?
25 points of damage.
Sure,
25
you only
points.
needed the 22 anyway. You watch as Aiden just, jabs out with this this saber, puts it through the Geist, and the Geist just disappears.
Oh. Okay. That works.
Did it die or did it disappear?
It's fucking dead. It's
Yeah.
dead.
Just be quiet.
Oh.
There might be more.
It died
Okay.
again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
So you know, Aiden, that by stabbing this thing, it cannot be brought back. It's an undead that cannot be brought back now.
It kind of would have been nice to find out who their freaking boss is. But
Well,
anyway, should we keep going and see if there's more?
obviously.
By the way, my eyes are still freaky, or
Yeah. You,
Yeah,
you
it's still freaky.
You still on the hunt. You guys
Okay.
can hear kind of things being trashed all of a sudden. There wasn't much in the way of sound, Cora, when you were down close to this room before. But now that the Deathlock is dead, you can hear things being trashed, things being torn apart.
Eclipse? You're
Okay, I
sneaky.
think we need to go.
How about you go first?
Yeah.
Yes, I can go first with Aiden.
Yeah, I'm sending Awen with you.
Sure. Roll me a stealth check, please.
Should I do one for Awen? She's invisible. She's...
Awen doesn't need to, but Eclipse will.
17.
Sure, not a problem. So you move into this room here, and you can tell that off to what would be your right, the way that you're facing, there's something in what looks to be some sort of storeroom, and he is just tearing the place apart. Also, in front of you, there's a doorway, and something behind that is just throwing shit about. Furniture and all the rest of it, just going completely nuts.
And to the
Something
left,
has
I
tell
think
what
we
it
need to
is.
just kill this.
Simon, and to the left, it looks like there's a door there too on the map.
Yes, there's a door to the left as well. You don't hear much from there, largely
Okay.
because of the large amount of sound that is coming from the other two sources.
Can I tell what it is that's in there? Or-
You are guessing a humanoid, based on the fact that things are being picked up and thrown back down on the floor.
I'm gonna stab him, I guess.
I think this is the time to show that you're an assassin or a bounty hunter. Just stab him and be quiet.
I'm gonna stab him.
Okay, you throw open the door, and when you
I sneak in. I'll sneak attack. I'm not throwing open anything.
okay, as part of getting in there fast enough, you'd pretty much just kind of sneak up to the door, throw open the door, and then stab. Yeah,
Okay.
because this door is going to be creaky. So throwing the door open, is actually part of stealth. And so yeah, you go in for your. You are hidden for all intents and purposes. So you get advantage on this attack, and sneak attack applies. Go for the gank.
Yes.
In front of you is a grey-skinned, almost desiccated figure with eyes sunk back in the sockets, flesh that seems to just be clinging to the bones, and it's picking up barrels and crates and just smashing them all over the place, trashing everything it can find.
Okay. So 5 plus is 10 plus 6. Oh, that's also 10. So it's 24. 24.
Okay.
24 points of magical situation.
Sure. You stab into it, and you take out a lot of its hit points.
I was gonna say, if he seems still to be alive, I would like to do a use one of my proficiency points, and for him to trip.
Sure. You're going to try for him to go prone. I believe he has to make a dex save.
Let me double check. Where is my things? Actions. Trip. Yes, he must make a dex save.
Okay. Well, he got a 13.
He fails.
He fails. Okay, so he is prone. He's hit the deck.
I will throw a dagger at him. I can do that, or dagger him as an offhand.
Offhand attack. Okay, so
Don't
this is
throw it,
again
'cause he's
with.
on the ground, right?
Yeah, he's prone. Just stab him.
Yeah, just stab him, then throw it.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. And with advantage because he is down.
Yeah, he's
That's a
prone. Yeah.
natural 20. That's really nice. Except it's 2d4s.
Yeah, 2d4. Yeah, and that's it. Just 2d4.
So 3 points of damage.
God.
Yeah, I mean, you're carving into this guy. He's close to dead. So yeah, and so yeah, the initiative is going on as it was before. So Eclipse coming in, it is his turn. But before that, before Eclipse finishes her turn, I would like you to do a Constitution saving throw.
Me.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
14.
14. This horrible stench, which was bad enough when you walked in there. I mean, you were kind of getting a whiff of this through the door, but as you open the door, it really hits you. And the second you started slashing into its body, and this thick, unctuous ichor started to come out of the wounds, certainly not blood. The smell was just overpowering, but you've managed to knuckle down and resist it. You are now immune to the smell of a ghast for 24 hours. So
Bless disappeared a long time ago, didn't it?
Yes.
Or did it?
Bless lasts a minute.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's gone.
I can't remember when you cast it.
Yeah.
I think it's still going, actually. 1, 2...
It was as we headed down towards the
Oh yeah.
The guys,
It's
it's
still
probably
going.
still kind
You've
of
got
just
another
about
6
going.
turns of bless, guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, do remember to be adding your d4s then.
Yes. So that was actually a more than 14. So that's
Yeah, you
is-
hit
is
anyway.
some-
The D4 is only to hit, so you hit each time anyway. So it's now its turn. It's going to turn on you, Eclipse, and it is going to let's see. It's going to try to rip at you with its claws. So it does a 17 hit.
Just.
Okay. Take 5 points of slashing damage, and I want you to do another DC 10 Constitution saving throw.
But I'm already immune.
This is a different effect.
Yes, I hit that DC on the dice with an 18 plus 2,
Sure,
which is
yeah.
20.
You can feel that your muscles start going into this strange atrophy as it rakes, not for much damage, but it rakes down your skin. But thankfully, your adrenaline's pumping, and you just manage to shake it off.
Yeah.
You have no ongoing immunity from this one, but from its stench you do. So that's that ghast, and the next one up is actually Aiden.
By the way, Simon, time warning.
Time is on now.
Yeah.
So let's keep it on Aiden.
Yeah.
Let me put my campaign lab onto you. Okay. So, as an epilogue, you're delving deeper into this underground tomb. A tomb that seems to have been put not just for the dead, but for the living as well. As Eclipse is carving into this ghast, and it's kind of fighting back with its claws. Surrounding you are pickle barrels and what seems to be crates of dried rations. You do notice in the corner of this storeroom that a, unfortunately, unpleasant sight of a long dead but partially gnawed on corpse of a dwarf is slumped in the corner.
Ooh.
This is clearly a place where not only was the dead interred, but some sort of honor guard was in place. You can see that the dais that you first passed before getting into this part of the network was some kind of maybe a chapel or an underground parade ground where you would be able to talk to your followers and get some loyalty or boost some morale. You're going further into this small network with whatever else may be ahead. You've already had to fight off strange natural undead plant life. You've taken out another deathlock with a reference to the master. You've managed to banish, albeit through killing them, a geist that was used as a form of communication between this deathlock and the master, thereby stopping any information going back to whoever this being is. You're going in further, and you can hear that the place is being torn apart, some sort of undead riot. However, you feel that you're in the right place, thanks to Farewell's locate object spell. Somewhere in here is a canopic jar, and hopefully you'll be able to get there in time to recover it. So that's the game. Felicia.
Now that we're over with and such, I would just like to address the chat and say, please come to our Discord. I need help. So we have one Twitch emote thingy to make, and I need suggestions.
Mm-hmm.
So
Please
what
make it
better
happen.
way to include our little community than ask you guys for it?
Yep. So,
Hey.
Peter, Snipe, if you go to the stream information that's below us here, let me get off the that chat and we go to grid chat. There we go. Much better, and I don't have to worry about infinity stuff. It's still there for a second. Hang on. There we go. So if you guys look below us in the Twitch information, you will find a link to our Discord. Come in, announce yourself, say who you are in the chat, and we'll take you straight through from the public chat into members. being that we know you and you've been around for ages and following us, and it's been awesome. So if you're not in our Discord, come in already, speak to us, theorize,
Please.
and
Please.
also feedback to Glory as to what emotes you would like.
Yes.
as
I
say,
don't want.
like a-
Please.
You guys will be the one using it the most, so please
So-
tell me.
I don't want.
if you want
I
an
don't
acid
want
one or a glass cannon one or whatever. I don't know if there's a way of doing an Eldritch Blast emote. There's only so much you can put.
I mean, you
into
can
a-
do that like the
You
if
can
we
do
have
quite a lot
enough
of stuff.
I
slots.
can
We can have.
probably
If-
figure something out.
I'm completely ignorant on this. This is Felicia's show. I've just given full carte
If
blanche.
we
to this, so-
have enough slots, we can have a multiple one, like a multiple part one,
Yeah,
right? So
I like it.
So,
I
like-
it.
that's when we get a lot of them. So all these
Also-
suggestions I will put into a list, and depending on what we have access to and such, there will be coming out more and more. So please feel free to give us some love in the Discord as well as here on Twitch.
Yep. That would be nice.
please just make a night in one, please. I beg you.
It will just be like alcohol or something. Just like drink.
Right.
I want
just want to-
Honestly, I'm half tempted to make one for when Aiden uses his out of combat finesse point to make people just go, nope, not
I
interested.
don't care.
Like a denied one. Yeah. So just
Just-
denied.
Denied.
I drink. I sleep. I don't.
Yeah, I drink. I want to drink one, but I want just like item and drink.
I want a T-shirt that's a parody of the "I drink." That's what I do. I drink and I know things. It's just I drink and I kill things.
Yes.
Dad, it's I
Into
drink and I
heart.
sleep.
That's also on the list of things to do. Please give us suggestions for t-shirt designs.
Oh, cool. Oh, we didn't know. I didn't know we were gonna do T-shirts.
No, that's
Yeah.
just one
So-
of my side ideas. Well,
Right.
Well, they're really simple to do because if you use Rebubble, Felicia can just like put them up there, and then you can order it.
Yeah.
And
If-
what
if
I've said
I
is
don't get-
I don't want from Chaotic Neutral. I don't want any of the proceeds to that. So all of the proceeds will go to the artist. So anyone who is awesome enough and kind enough to put their art in our direction and make T-shirts based on our content, I am more than happy. This is open invite for people to do T-shirts. Get paid. You're an artist. That's what you get your money from. Just go
Hell
and
yeah.
do it. Awesome.
Just please send me,
Yeah.
send me a T-shirt, plece.
But all we ask is if you do put on any Chaotic Neutral content, so putting down any of our stuff, then just credit us as the source of it in tweets and things like that.
Yeah,
so
pretty much.
they know how you were inspired, because that's cool. We just want people to enjoy the community. So that's all we ask from you. And obviously, this should go without saying, you do need to get permission from at Space Junks if you're going to use the beholder symbol that we use as our mascot. So that would be something that you have to do. So that's at space and then junks with a Z at the end. You would have to speak to them before you incorporate that into it. If not, just put Chaotic Neutral down as words, and that's absolutely fine. So yeah, yes, any ideas that you can throw Felicia's way. At the moment, she's been so damn busy doing tarot cards and extra glory content. That beautiful. That's one thing I didn't load onto here. That beautiful glory picture where she's incorporating the shadow worm into herself. That's just so beautiful. I had a little squeaky moment when I saw it. I was like, "Oh my god, that's the best!"
Yeah,
It's Alzheimer's
I'm
background.
so happy that I am finally so used to drawing glory that I just chug it out so fast, and then I can go back to my other work. Like,
Yeah.
I just need to get the glory out of me and then back to the other stuff.
It's a need. And as Corinne was
Please.
saying, I have I've done what is, I think, now a Millennium Badge of Honor. You are my phone background.
Oh, yes.
So there
I
it
think
is.
Karen
There's
has
the-
one of my drawings as well.
Yes, I got So I got Glory as my lock screen, and then
Please.
I have Renata as the home screen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just
Yeah.
please make more fan of Aiden. I'm dying Squirtle.
I'm currently on Cora. Give me
No,
time.
that's
Good idea.
Yeah.
I am
Yeah,
joking.
I
I am
Cora.
joking.
I have Farewell. I have Eclipse. I have Olivia to do. Like, oh boy, I have so much to do. And I have school.
Yeah, same
did
thing here.
well.
I'm there going, this damn job, this damn career is getting in the way of my damn stream. You know, I mean,
I know,
crying
right?
out loud, man. You know, I mean,
Alright.
there's so much more I need to run and write and all the rest of it, and then I've got to go out and like cure people. It's just such a drag.
Yes.
So, thank you very much, everybody, and we're going to be having more content. I'll be writing more. Felicia will be drawing more, and so and these guys will be continuing to trying to not die and being their wonderful selves with playing their wonderful characters. And so, yeah, we will see you guys soon. Once again, join that Discord, say hi, and let's get you in here. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Night.